Hey everybody, just welcome to the DigiRumble. We'll be standing by here as we get everybody on board. I don't even have the music up.
I see that Diaboromon there in the bottom right.
Just sneaking. I was going to add a little bit more, guys, but time was a little short.
That's fitting with Diaboromon.
We will be starting shortly.
I don't remember what the password is.
The password is...
That's what I was doing wrong. So I thought that you had said just arena.
Oh,
There we go.
alright, there you go.
I'm here to be judgmental.
Yeah, you won't be able to see their hands, but I am streaming as black as well, so...
That's fine. I mean, I'm supposed to be paying attention to the field, and if they do something with in their hands, I mean, that's probably something everyone can catch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you won't even be able to see my stream because you're in their room, actually. Yep. Alright, time to put the links on the Discord and the Facebooks. And then the players can actually join this channel as well, I think. Or did I take them off? I don't think they can join this channel, actually.
Give me a second. I'm loading. Laptop's a little slow.
It's Arena 4, right, for the password?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It'd be neat if Tabletop had a way where you could distribute the password and it like sent the host a message saying, "Hey, this person's trying to get in. Do you want them to come in?"
Yeah, instead of the password first. That'd be interesting.
So Kelfa's watching this match and I'm watching the other match.
That's correct. So it'll be Kelfa, Numamon, Kelfa, Numamon.
Okay.
And when we say match, we mean like the full set of matches.
Gotcha.
Twitch.tv/OrangeSwim. Alright, and then posting the Facebooks.
What's something that goes good with grapes?
Staples.
Wine.
Well, I meant more for eating.
Cheese. Cheese. Cheese sounds good.
Cheese and wine?
Can be classy. With some crackers.
So I didn't want to eat dinner, so I just decided, hey, we have some grapes in the fridge. Let's just eat these.
Ooh, more near 85 says strawberries. Welcome everybody.
Not a bad idea.
Kelfa, I think you're bleeding a lot of background noise.
Yeah, probably want to mute the Twitch stream since we already have the channel open.
Hey, thanks for the follow there. Recton Lord. We're just waiting for our players to get in and we'll get started here.
Yeah, basically it's going to be two games. That's a 5. Oh, no.
Let me look. I think Kelfa is not aware that we can hear him.
Yes, I know, I heard.
Oh, okay. Recton Lord is Astral. Hey, welcome.
Hey, Astro. I'm glad to see that you were able to make it.
Are you taking my lunch watch? Yeah, I just finished my dinner actually. That's why I actually wanted to start a little bit earlier, but just finished. Can't really rush salmon. In fact, I burned my salmon.
Mm.
But sweet potato fries, I went with it, was not bad. Alright, Cooper, did you end up getting any boxes yet, by any chance?
Not yet, but at least one of my local stores is carrying it, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
Numamon, how about you?
I was like, who's this Kelvin jerk?
Yeah, there's my little. That's one of my good friends who's a jackass.
Gotcha.
Hmm?
Yeah, Kelfa, we can hear your background stuff, so we can hear you all this time.
Now, the big brain play is to have both your local game stores carry the game, and then you get double the pre-release products.
I'm gonna not disclose how much I bought, but I did buy a lot of stuff.
And I'm a witness.
I know,
In
Kelfa, you...
reality,
Go ahead.
I'm saving for 1.5 because that's where Grand Kawagamon is.
That's true. I hope they didn't take out all the green, right? That'd be weird.
Sure,
Yeah, I think they have about half the green.
they have to have at least Hercules, Kabuterimon, and Rosemon.
Yeah, more than likely, Mimi's Digimon are definitely going to be in it.
So maybe they'll wait for set 3's green and put that into the 1.5 booster.
I'm thinking Rust Tyrannomon may get hold off as well, if they hold off Taiga.
Okay.
Because 10 Tamers is already quite a bit.
Let's start putting in our dice here. What else is missing? We need a little plastic chip for the memory.
Yeah, but that's what I'm wondering.
And thank you everybody for coming to watch the tournament. This is the top 4 finals. We'll be doing True Champion Steven versus Nighthawk, and then we'll have Gold Tessero versus Hongfam. Each player has 2 decks, and they can choose to switch between decks during the matches. Alright. Kelf, I'm gonna mute you here for a second. Yeah, they could choose to switch decks between matches, or they could choose to stay with the same deck the whole time. It's up to them. There's a certain order to things, but we don't need to talk about the details. They also have the option to mulligan before each game, and we have 10-minute timers just to keep things exciting. How do you feel that the tournament has gone so far, Cooper?
I think it's gone quite well. We've had some exciting games. At first we had a lot of 2-0, people were getting smoked out, and then it kind of settled down. We had a lot of more 2-1s.
And there was also a bunch of times where people would mulligan away like perfectly good hands just to gamble for a better hand. It was actually pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of greed go on with the mulligans.
David Hartley asks on the chat, how are you doing mulligans? So what we're doing is basically a free mulligan. The player who goes first will look at his hand, and then if he doesn't like it, he'll put it back, including security, back to the deck, reshuffle, and set up again. And he'll be stuck with a second hand. And then Recton Lord also asks, 1.5 the first booster? Or is that the first booster? So 1.5 and 1.0, the special boosters will be, together they'll comprise of BT1, BT2, and BT3. And again, we're just waiting for our player here. And if not, we might just switch matches. So thanks for coming, everybody. I know everybody wants to watch these Digimon matches. It is a little bit competitive. They're competing for the prize of a Giga Green, Mugen Black, and a Venom Purple. I always forget the last one. Is that right?
Venom Purple.
Violet.
Venom Violet?
Yeah, they had to make it alliterative.
That makes much more sense. There you go. Venom Violet. And then we also have the Digimon card game version 00 Japanese promo. So all of these are Japanese products. We started the competition before the English release was announced. So it's been an exciting couple of weeks here. The first place winner will pick one of the prizes. The second pick the next one, third, and then the fourth place will get the last prize. If you guys watched the games last week, I do have it on my Twitch. Alright, Nighthawk is here.
Excellent.
Let me give him the password. Oh shit, that's not the room. It's Digimon Arena. No, it's Digimon Rumble. Of course. Alright, there we go. Okay, and so if you guys don't know, I'm Orange Swim, and together I have
Super Crush Hero here on the side commentary.
we also have our two judges, Kelfa and Blue Numamon, who will be with the players or with us commentating during this tournament. We'll be doing best of fives. Again, we'll have True Champion Steven versus Nighthawk first, best of 5. Next, Tessero versus Hong Fam, best of 5. Then we'll have the bronze match, and then finally the finals. So I hope you guys watch the whole thing, and we'll get started here. Let me take the text off. We did just have Nighthawk join. Looks like Steven wants to sit on the blue side, so we'll let him have it.
I mean, that's reasonable. Isn't he running the blue deck?
He has shown his blue deck, I believe.
I believe we've also seen Nighthawk has shown his Greymon tribal deck.
So blue v red?
And of course they need their promotes. If you haven't played TTS yet, you have to promote the players or else they can't do anything.
Very sad day.
Let me double check here if they have a chat. Looks like Nighthawk is in Task Canyon. Well, good luck, Kelfa. You will be the judge for these matches. And don't let him do anything wrong.
Now, Nighthawk going to Task Canyon, that might give him a home field advantage for his red deck titled Great Canyon. Field power bonus.
Alright. Shoot, let me just message them. It looks like they're talking about Among Us stuff. Nighthawk says, I saw Steven standing over the body. Right. Alright, Kelfa, are you still here? Can you hear us?
I'm perfectly fine with my slow laptop. Did I ever tell you that I hate my laptop?
Say again?
Did I ever tell you I hate my laptop?
He's still loading in.
Oh, I don't even see the percent. Oh, never mind. There it is, 50%. I will tell
52,
the players.
54, 56, 58, 60. We're getting there, boys.
Yeah, there's a reason why I usually use my PC. That's
Alright, I did let the players know to stand by. Alright, looks like, let me fix the score. Pretty sure Nighthawk hasn't won a match yet. 0-0. Alright, look, we got 31 people wanting to watch this battle, and we have 27 minutes on one timer. Everything is going wrong.
Well, I don't believe that's quite what the timers are supposed to be.
There we go. Let me do it for you. 600 seconds. We do have 10-minute timers per player. Once they hit 0, they will lose that game. Alright, Kelfa is now loaded in. Let me double check that he is with the players. If you could go ahead and join them in Task Canyon.
I'll be back.
Alrighty. I think they are ready, and Kelfa, our judge, is now in the room with them. Yep, there we go. And I'll call start game. Good luck to both players. We'll see here pretty soon which player, or what decks they brought. I mean, Steven's, spoiler alert, he has his sleeves open.
Yeah, that definitely advertising the blue Omnimon rush decks that we have seen. Dominated a lot of Booster 1 and continued to be strong in the Booster 2 era as well.
Uh-oh, they said there's no audio for the stream. Can anyone hear us? Can you guys hear us? Can you hear Cooper?
I can hear Orange.
Okay, alright, it's just Raze. I'm sorry, Raze. Alright, 2 for Nighthawk. Ooh.
Well,
Hitting that big token and getting 1.
looks like we will have Nighthawk starting off here with no rookie. Might want to mulligan that hand away. Steven with at least the starter deck Gomamon for the cheap rookie. And yeah, that definitely did not look like a very keepable hand to me. That was looking like maybe throw down the starter Greymon for 5, and that doesn't feel very good at all.
Steven, on the other hand, got the rookie, and he has the Gabumon, best card, and a Vulcan's Hammer.
Yep, that Gabumon draws you cards. It's very good.
Drawing cards is a great thing.
You need cards. Alright, much better start off here now for Nighthawk. Got 2. Professor Agumon, maybe not necessarily the thing you want, but it'll certainly suffice.
Looks like he hasn't started his timer yet.
I am
Timer's gonna be a
pinging
little
the
tricky
players.
sometimes.
I will just start the damn thing.
Alright, so Nighthawk's got a blocker ready to rush out on the next turn from the raising area. Looks like Steven may just go ahead and get up to ultimate with that Monzemon, passing it over with 1 memory. Taking advantage of those cheap evolution costs, trying to get to Omnimon as fast as possible.
Alright, Vulcan's Hammer and plays the Gabumon, draws a card.
Yeah, looks like he's just digging around for a Mega at the moment, since that's the only missing link between him and Omnimon.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to keep Nighthawk there, stuck at 2 memory, in case he has a 2 memory cost evolution of his own. Seems like he might just want to leave the Quartermon there as a blocker.
Looks like Nighthawk is under a lot of pressure. Here we go. True Steven finally reminding him about the timer.
Alright, will opt for the starter tie, so that's something he would have been able to play and not end his turn if not for the Vulcan's Hammer.
Oh,
A little
fun
bit of
TTS physics.
Alright, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, this is the DigiRumble. This is the first best of 5 for the finals.
Okay, now with the Plesiomon, he's able to draw into that on board, ready for Omnimon in the next turn should Nighthawk mount any sort of a big, tall threat. And if not, he's probably going to be content to just keep swinging in with 12,000 every turn.
There's a time.
We do see the promo Agumon there in the raising area for Nighthawk, but currently no Greymon champions in his hand to work with it, just the secret rare Metal Greymon.
Let's do these promotes real quick, just in case we need it. Alright, thanks for the follow there, Sinjust.
Yeah, this is a rough spot for Nighthawk. He doesn't want to commit too much to the board because he knows that Omnimon's coming down pretty soon.
Yeah, it's also just generally rough for any sort of tribal type deck. You're going to end up with the potential to have a lot of same name stuff out on the board.
Yep, I was just about to suggest to go wider and just sacrifice one monster to Omnimon.
This situation, I don't know if Steven will end up going into the Omnimon. I think Nighthawk might be running his timer a little bit.
Okay. I'll leave it to Kelfa to monitor it now.
There we go.
Alright, we got a 12,000 check coming here over the Greymon.
No blocks. Guess if he blocked that, he would lose the blocker and lose his Agumon to the Omnimon. So that was a good...
Yep. Gonna go ahead and get rid of just a champion with the Omnimon, so not too much value lost on Nighthawk's side, but definitely a very big, scary threat. We'll be able to bounce that Mega back to the hand also, as he does not currently have another Mega in hand.
Alright, and Nighthawk's not looking to be in too great a position. He's missing out on his champion level still.
Maybe drop the Volcanic at this point and just hope to go into Omnimon to counter the other Omnimon. It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily the most likely he'll be able to rebuild another Omnimon, although we do see one in hand, so could be very sketchy.
So throughout the... sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, throughout the whole tournament, True Champion Steven has actually had a clean record until the last round of the Swiss portion, where he lost, I believe, he lost 1-2 to Hong Pham.
Alright, gets the recovery of that Professor Agumon with the Professor Agumon's win plate effect.
Looks like he might just be opting to try and go wide to choke out the security before Steven can get through his.
Alright, here we go. There is 4 swings on Steven's side with the Omnimon.
It's going to bounce the Plesiomon to hand. We'll get the draw from Upamon with those hardcast Professor Agumons on the board.
It's an Agumon.
Who would have expected?
Yep, at this point it's not a surprise, Agumon Tribal.
Security doing him no favors here as that Omnimon swings over the Booster 1 Wargrey.
He's going to have to pray for that Terra Force if he has it.
Could see him down to 1 security if this Gomamon wants to swing as well, but he's going to opt for the blocker. Still no champions for Nighthawk. There's the starter Greymon, but a little bit too late.
This is going to be... look like this match will end pretty shortly here, going on to the next round. So you can see, you know, playing Digimon doesn't actually take too long of a game. We've spent maybe 5 minutes here in this match.
Yeah, it definitely helps when neither player is playing yellow or black, for sure. Nighthawk in the tank, thinking if there's any way he can possibly come back from this.
Could play that Brave Shield, making one of his Digimon a blocker. It's not gonna do too much, but
Yeah, I could potentially buy him a turn if that last card is Terra Force. Take out another attacker on Steven's side.
alright, I was gonna say he could swing at the Gabumon, right? But he opts not to. Yeah, that would have, if he killed the Gabumon. Alright, there's the block. Now he can't use the Brave Shield anymore.
Hmm.
Alright, I think he's just playing it out.
Technically, it is a mandatory effect there on the Tamer Search, even though we're pretty sure that this match is about to be over. This game, I should say, and looks like no hits on the Tamer Search.
Alright, here we go. That is game 1 for Steven.
Let's see if we get any declarations of a deck change from Steven. I don't believe we've actually... I can't recall if we've seen his second deck or not.
It has not been revealed. It's a secret. Not sure if he'll bring it out for fun.
At this point, I'm assuming not, since this deck has been pushing him through the tournament so far.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
The protagonist says in chat he's making this is making him want to play the game so bad, can't wait till November, January. Well, you don't have to wait till November or January to play. If you join the Discord now, you can get all the necessary info to play and learn the game, and the necessary links for the tabletop simulator mod.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are definitely itching to get their hands on the physical cards and really start to get out there and play with real cards for sure.
That's an interesting hand on Nighthawk's side. He's got the promo and the promo Agumon and promo Greymon right from the start.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
This
Here
game
we
ultimate,
go.
but just that 2-card combo, very strong. Going to be able to swing in for 7,000 with Security Attack +1. As well as 2 Terra Force if there is any sort of a big Omnimon that comes down too quick.
That may just have to be Nighthawk's game plan for the next 2 games, is try to get through the security before the Omnimon hits the field.
Yeah, you could see here that, True Champion Steven playing very efficient cards, just really low cost evos, just really his game plan is, let's get to Omnimon.
Yep. Gonna stick Nighthawk at 1. Curious what the thought there was. Is that Greymon's definitely going to be wanting to swing as a Greymon. Perhaps would prevent a 2-cost vanilla from coming down.
Zuhair Z asks, Numamon, how come you're not in the top 4?
Oh, it's because of Omnimon, of course.
Yep. Alright, there we do see the promo Greymon showing its strength with a 7,000 DP courtesy of the promo Agumon swinging over that Gorillamon and lopping off 2 security. Looking at the cards in Nighthawk's hand, that Vulcan's Hammer from Steven seems like it didn't do a whole lot. Could have been held off for a future turn. Thinking about hard casting the blocker.
I'm wondering if he's opting to hard cast that blocker just because it'll allow him to draw a card next turn off of that Agumon, rather than setting up a new Agumon to evolve off of.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to keep the raising area mobility and keep fielding more bodies and churning through your deck.
Alright, he does play the blocker, and just for everybody's sake, Numamon did make it to 6th place. Pretty close. He was tied, actually, with Nighthawk in terms of score, but challenge ranked Nighthawk the highest out of that field.
Yeah, I lost to 2-0 to 2 of the top 4, so
Looks
Oh,
like he's
opting
swinging
to-
at the Greymon. See if Nighthawk wants to protect it with the Quartermon, and he does. Wants to keep that security attack plus coming down. Could see the Plesiomon come down. It's going to be the Grismon instead to block that security attack plus. Good choice.
Alright, both players here opting to choke each other at 1 memory.
So that Greymon would be able to actually potentially crash with the Wergarurumon if he wanted to, but will at least swing over this blocker.
Ooh,
He's gonna let
and
it
the
through.
block doesn't happen. The security attacks do continue even if the memory turns over.
Alright, this promo Greymon putting in a lot of work for Nighthawk. This is really what the Greymon tribal deck can do, having some early aggression at the champion level without even needing to get ultimates or megas drawn into. As long as you do have an Agumon Digivolution card, you do get that security attack plus.
Alright, there he goes. Finally decides to destroy it. This is where Garu is going to be dangerous once it's evolved onto with that security attack +1 if it's active.
Yeah, Nighthawk definitely going to be attempting to field no Digivolution, or keep all of his Digimon with Digivolution sources to keep that Wiggerumon's effect turned off. Otherwise, Omnimon's going to be coming for potentially 2 security cards on both of its wings.
Curious about the Hammer Spark there evolving into the Garurumon.
I think as Nighthawk would say, dubious hammer.
Dubious hammer indeed.
Nighthawk's hand isn't looking too great at the moment for what he needs to get doing.
Once again, missing a champion. He's only seen that one promo Greymon so far in the game, although it did certainly put in quite a shift for him. Kind of leery on hard casting into these Digimon and passing the turn over with a no Digivolution source Digimon to activate that Wergarurumon. Although if he does choke him at few enough memory, then he won't be able to evolve and take advantage of that inheritable effect.
He still has a chance to bring out the Agumon, right? Did I miss it? That was Digivolved last turn? Yep, okay.
Yeah, he has not quite yet entered his main phase, but looks like he is now. And he's just going to drop the Terra Force on the Wergarurumon.
Stall for a little bit of time here.
Yeah,
Since the Monsamon will be able to get up to the Omegamon next turn, but at least he won't be threatened by that security attack.
And the blocker will be out of the way as well. Okay, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's opting to kill the blocker instead of the Wergarurumon.
Okay, looks like there was some miscommunication there.
Ordinarily, you might think you want to target down the taller thing, but in this case, if he can just field 2 more things that can swing, and only 1 security left for true champion Steven, that would be enough to take the game. So he just wants to get rid of that blocker.
I actually liked his other play. I'm not sure about this one anymore.
And there's the Omnimon.
We also see this Metal Garurumon going to be able to spit out the booster one Garurumon
Ooh.
to bring itself back active.
Gonna be praying for a Terra Force there. I want to see it too. What decks are the other 2 players using? Let's have a peek.
We will see next round.
Ooh! Now there's a good security Digimon. We see an Omnimon taking out that Plesiomon, as well as the Wergarurumon underneath it.
That was very, very fortunate.
Alright, and a free booster tie so that Nighthawk won't be able to be choked at 1 memory anymore.
Ooh, at the second Omnimon.
Omnimon just to get rid of an Agumon feels like some kind of bad value, but just fielding an Omnimon in and of itself is certainly very scary, especially when it's going to set up lethal next turn.
There's a Metal Garu under that Omnimon, right?
There is.
Yep.
Okay.
TTS stabbed him a little awkwardly.
Well, he did get a blocker at least, so he might be able to stall out for a turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, he might be able to play that blocker without passing the turn.
Oh, there it is. Hiding. There. Ooh, there's 4 attacks on Steven's side. It's gonna be rough.
Right, there's the payment for the Greymon. Won't be able to field the blocker and not pass the turn. Also looking at a Terra Force there. That's a little bit tempting to take out 2 swings.
He may just play the Agumon like he is right now and then Terra Force just so he can threaten lethal on the next turn. assuming no blocker.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Terra Force literally collides into the Omnimon, sending it to the trash. In True Champion Steven's hand, we don't see a blocker right now. Definitely fishing for one.
What we do see, however, is a Metal Garurumon with a Were Garurumon underneath it. So if there's not something good in this security, it might just be game right here.
Yeah, it's going to be able to restand again with the Garurumon's effect when it's spit out.
Oof.
Tie's not going to cut it.
And that's game.
Alright, and that's going to be 0-2 right now. We are doing best of 5, so there is one match left. Nighthawk, we'll see if he chooses to switch decks.
Looking at his other choice, I feel like I'd be a little surprised if he did. I definitely feel like that early aggression from the Primal Greymon was just about what he needed, but unfortunately he kind of petered out.
Yeah, Nighthawks, this Greymon Agumon tribal worked out
Looks
well.
like we're going for the switch.
Alright, this is going to be exciting.
Now, knowing which deck it is, I'm excited to see it.
Here we go. So again, in the DigiRumble, players have 2 decks, and they can choose to switch between decks between the games.
I'm wondering if this deck will end up working a little bit better. We'll see the reason why in a bit after we actually know what deck he's playing.
It could just be
Honestly,
for the lulz.
Yeah, I was going to say that it may just be just for the people, so we can see some more black.
I'm going to have to fix the security here.
Looks like a mulligan from True Champion Steven, as we see no rookie in that hand.
There we
Thinking
go.
about black, one of the things that Steven's deck is very good at doing is swarming out with the Metal Garurumon before going into the Omnimon. I'm wondering if the blockers will be able to help stop some of the swarm tactics.
Yeah, black can be very vulnerable to going wide, and True Champion Steven 2 hands in a row with no rookie.
Ooh.
Will be going second, he'll have a chance to draw out of it.
Here we
So
go.
Nighthawk does kick off with probably the best overall rookie from black, Toy Agumon, granting Reboot as an inheritable ability. Right into the Greymon, so anything that Greymon evolves into will have jamming as well. We do see the top end War Greymon there as well.
All he needs is that ultimate, and he's going to have the perfect line.
Alright, just has to hard cast a blocker. Still missing the ultimate, but
Ooh.
does have... Whoa, oh, there went the timer. I don't...
If the pings are weird,
Oh,
I'm not sure
CTS.
what is going on here.
Well,
I'm going to check it out. Everybody's ping is normal, but
Greymon,
there they go.
I've never seen that happen
I know that
before.
Greymon gives jamming, but we're gonna have to reboot the timer right now.
Alright, here we go.
Boo.
That was weird.
Alright. So, countering with his own blocker, putting Steven to 1.
Right, not opting to play the best card in black, Numamon.
Alright, does have the Vulcan Hammer to help him out just a little bit.
Really wants to choke Nighthawk at 1 memory there.
And with that handful of megas, there's not a whole lot Nighthawk can do once he reaches there.
Could have potentially guaranteed the Plesiomon to come down on the next turn if he had held on to that Vulcan's Hammer.
We do see an ultimate, though.
Right, that Andromon would pass the turn over with 2, which would be enough to evolve to the Plesiomon and start making something happen. Because that Chrysalimon does have no Digivolution sources, but there's the black tie to make sure he doesn't get memory stuck in the future.
Alright, Metal Garurumon on the way, and we see the Omnimon.
Ooh.
It spits out a blocker, you pretty good to see. Will he Omnimon away the Greymon? And he will.
It's so painful. This is why Omnimon is so strong in the current meta.
Fortunately,
Such a snowballing card.
this gives Nighthawk a chance to go all the way up to Mega, and drawing that Giga Cannon may be able to help stem some of the Omnimon bleed.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and do it and put it back to a Wergarurumon.
Ooh, he does it first instead of digivolving the...
And passes the turn over with 1. Okay.
Ooh, Black War Greymon. Ooh.
Oh, the sauce. Not quite able to rush out for its cheaper cost with its effect.
Okay.
Plesiomon potentially on the way. It might be able to on the next turn. And there's the Vulcan's Hammer to not pass the turn on this Plesiomon evolution.
Here is the Black War Greymon card if you're not aware. If there's a 10,000 DP on the other side, it'll only cost 7 to play.
Still quite a bit to play, but has that nice effect where it can restand itself and does have a meaty 12,000 DP. Zudomon gonna take that down to just the Numamon, which will activate the Wergarumon's effect on this swing. On the following turn, I should say. Alright, can still field a Mega this turn with blocker.
The question is he afraid of another Omnimon?
I know I would be afraid of another Omnimon, for sure. Alright, with the tie, the War Greymon Black would have 12,000 DP. Not quite enough to fully stop the Plesiomon, though. Gonna go ahead and attack. Ooh.
That's very unfortunate.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, I was probably hoping to evolve into the War Greymon and get that reboot going on. So
Alright,
what's the
looks like
backup
he's
plan gonna be?
going all in on Black War Greymon.
Alright, Black War Greymon appears to seek a strong opponent in that Plesiomon.
This will
Unfortunately-
activate the Wergaru.
Yep, unlike his, I guess, slightly less black cousin, Black War Greymon does not have blocker. But does have 13,000 DP right now.
Depending on how security goes, this could end up being game.
Here comes the check +1.
Ooh, Digivolve.
Giga Cannon!
Let's see, where's it going?
Oh no! I actually would have opted for the other one, but
so
I
he does
guess-
get rid of that second security check.
this
That
will
will
be
stop the
rested.
second.
Yep, that weird Garurumon is no longer providing its inheritable source effect because it is in fact the Digimon itself.
That's right. Let's make sure here that looks like
Looks like
okay.
we
It is the right call.
did pause the timers to make sure Judge Call get it right.
Alright. Looks like he's deciding what to do here. If that hadn't gone quite like that, 2 Plesiomon swings would have taken out possibly 4 security
And
with the Garurumon in hand.
we're continuing the game. Ooh, okay.
Oh!
Right. Some
Some
good
good
security.
security.
coming out. Very much. Alright.
Now that that Digimon is destroyed, the Black War Greymon is definitely gonna start wrecking the other field if he starts attacking again.
Yeah, and the highest DP Digimon on True Champion Steven's side is that rested Wergarurumon. He'll be able to swing at that and be able to reactivate that Black War Greymon.
Yep, Monzimon just not the strongest yet.
We might see a Mega come down on top of that Monzemon to change who has the highest DP.
Zuhair asks, will the deck list be posted? Yes, the finalists deck list will be posted. If you go on the Discord, we'll have it there. I'll put a link here as well. The rest of the contestants' deck lists are already public.
Right, and that is indeed True Champion Steven's plan, is to field a new strongest Digimon on his side to be Black or Greymon's target.
Unfortunately, Nighthawk's hand looking pretty barren. Not a whole lot he can do.
And no way to get that Metal Garurumon in rest mode to swing at it with the Black or Greymon as it is.
Yeah, the Atomic Rays in hand, unable to do anything because there's no blockers to use them.
It can definitely be one of Black's win the game cards in the right scenario, but right now with no blockers whatsoever, doing absolutely nothing. I believe we do see the Garurumon from Booster 1 in the evolution sources for that Metal Garurumon, so that'll have 2 attacks coming in. For a total of 4 swings into 3 security. So Nighthawk does need to field a blocker here. We'll go ahead and swing at the thing that he can swing at. Takes down the blocker instead. That will prevent lethal on the next turn. Unless we do see some security attack plus from the Garurumon.
Is there a Garurumon in this line? There is, so
Sure
that'll
is,
be...
yep.
Okay. Yep, that's still not enough. You're right.
Alright, it's gonna Clat. Gonna take down the Karamon with the Gomamon. 2 choices for blockers that he could potentially field, but looks like he's gonna choke at 1 with a second copy of the Black Tie. Really hoping to see no Mega in... no Mega and ideally no Vulcan's Hammer to let him play down the Mega without passing the turn. Here comes the first swing, see what he's going to spit out.
Okay, and it looks like he's opting to not use effect. Or, okay, there we go. I was like...
Alright, can Nighthawk strike gold on that? Nope. Alright, spits out the Gabumon to draw a card.
Alright, choosing not to attack with his Garurumon and just straight evolving into Omnimon to clear the threat.
I really would have liked to have seen the Giga Cannon there on that second security check, just so we could see the fun interaction where it would actually destroy the Metal Garurumon, as there's no level 3 in the evolution sources.
That would be just pretty fun.
Probably actually the most common way it can happen is with that Metal Garurumon spitting out its rookie.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's very much Nighthawk can draw here.
Yeah, Black just having no ability to remove bodies on the board, apart from that aforementioned funny little interaction with the Digivolve.
And there's also Millenniumon, but it doesn't... I'm not even sure if Nighthawk carries the card.
And if he did, certainly no way to get it out in the battle area this turn to actually use the effect.
I want to see a Flower Cannon. Nope.
And it's game.
So, yep, that's going to be the match. 3-0 to True Champion Steven.
Alright,
Blue Omnimon just running rampant.
David asks, why not attack with a Garu last turn? He probably didn't want to see that Digivolve in security. Just wanted to play it safe, is my guess. Congratulations to True Champion Steven. He will be moving up to the finals bracket, and Nighthawk will be going to the bronze match.
Or as we like to call it, the battle to see who gets the promo pack version 1. Or 0.0.
So all of the players competing today, the 4 players already have a guarantee to get a prize. So they're not going home with empty hands. And the prizes here are brought to you by DigimonCard.dev. If you haven't been to our website yet, you could go to DigimonCard.dev to go build your decks for Digimon. Look at the new cards. I will be updating once the set 3 comes out.
So while we get our other players in here, today's stream is sponsored by DigimonCard.dev, one of the biggest resources for the Digimon card game, and it's totally free. Currently, almost 2,000 users have used DigimonCard.dev over the last 6 months, and it's one of the most impressive websites in its class with translated cards, a deck builder, and smooth 60 frame per second spinning X icons. All the cards in the game can be used to customize your Digimon with unique abilities that change your strategy. Currently, with nearly 100 followers on Twitter, DigimonCard.dev has an almost perfect score among Digimon fans. The community is growing fast, and the highly anticipated new Union Impact set is just around the corner. It's easier to start now than ever with Tabletop Simulator on sale as well. And if that wasn't enough, the global release is on the way with a super pre-sale happening in November. So what are you waiting for? Go to DigimonCard.dev, click the special link, and you can make your first deck for free. Good luck, and I'll see you there.
I think you can make all your decks for free, I thought.
You can make all your decks for free online.
Ooh, even better.
Please
Whoa.
do support Bandai and your local game store. Buy products from your stores. I think a lot of us here have already put our orders in.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
By
big
supporting your
time.
local game store, you'll be able to establish a community in your local area to play even more. Of course, we have not heard any word on bigger tournaments like regionals and the like on the international scale. We have heard of some in Japan, I believe. They are starting, I believe it was called the Evolution Cup. I think that's what it was called, the third phase.
Ooh, yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Regionals. Yeah, the last batch of promos that we saw were those. I think it was the starter deck Ultimates, the Metal Greymon, the Zudomon, Angelomon, and the Mega Kabuterimon, which is from Booster 1, with the alternate art, with the winner promo being that nice metallic Metal Greymon. So I'll be interested to see if we do get that over here through some tournaments.
It'll be interesting to see their meta. Currently in Japan, they do a lot of best of ones and not best of threes. So it is a different feel. We have a lot, some players on the Discord that are in Japan, and he's been playing there using his green deck, Desi, if you don't know him, and has been winning a bunch of prizes actually.
Yeah, a lot of them off the back of that Turbo Green Titamon focused build. You just get up to Titamon as soon as possible and smash face.
Alright, while we are waiting for our players, we do have somebody just doing a quick bathroom break. I'm gonna actually see how this works. We'll do a 30-second ad. Please just stand by. So the ad is running. I don't actually know what it looks like on the stream, if our voices are still carrying across.
I'll take that moment to run a quick break myself.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not seeing an ad.
No? Alright, that's
Rip.
fine. If you have an ad blocker, it'll kill it.
I actually have my ad blocker turned off.
Ooh. Well, that's Twitch's fault.
Dang,
Alright,
Twitch.
we do have the players in here. Tessero is at blue, and we have Hong Fam at red. Let me promote them. Did anybody else see the ad? I'm just curious. I've never done it before. Alright, Kelfa, you are bleeding a lot of background into the chat. And then we have Blue Numon here in with the players. He's going to be the judge for this set of matches. Oh, nope, it says nobody saw an ad. Alright, well, that's that. I will do another ad later after this set of matches.
The only ad you need is for DigimonCard.dev.
That's true. All right. I think everybody is back. We're just waiting for the go signal. Let me make sure the timers are set at 10. And what is it that we're supposed to say when we start a match?
I believe the Japanese term is digital gate open, which I imagine would be localized as digiport open.
All right, Digiport open,
Yeah.
game start. Here we go. Just like True Champion Steven, you see here Tessero has sleeves on his cards. You could possibly guess what deck he's playing. Here is
I'm
that
thinking he's playing yellow.
lovely sleeve. They could have changed sleeves, I guess, between now and last week. That wasn't
Yeah, that would be an interesting mind game.
not in the rules. You can change your sleeves, whatever.
Yeah. You want to do a little psychological game on it?
All right, and we have purple v red.
You see another Omnimon deck over here, this time a red variant. Right, we got some good lines here. We got the starter Agumon into the starter Greymon, and we do see, I believe, possibly even the one-card tech, the starter War Greymon already in the hand. Can come out and have a persistent security attack plus as well as 12,000 DP. Mon's gonna go ahead and make a swing and get taken out by the Monodramon.
Uh-oh. Something weird going on with TTS today with the physics.
Because they're in space?
It could be.
Thanks for the follow, guys. While Tessero here is thinking, next week we do have the Big Bite number 6 tournament hosted by Raise Oblivion. You should go to the Discord, check out the link to join. It's free. And fight for fame and glory.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the biggest tournaments out there.
It is.
Will we see a blocker fielded here on the Piedmon? No, we will not. I think this is going to be a security attack +2 from this starter War Greymon here. That's going to be pretty exciting to see if that's what he goes with. Certainly drop that and then have memory to spare for the Volcanic Dramon. That's really the anti-purple. And there it is, the starter deck War Greymon getting +1 security attack for every 2 Digivolution sources it has, and it is all the way up from in training, so that's 4. Actually, it's going to be 4 checks, I believe, with the starter Greymon.
1. Ooh, okay, here we go. He gets to bring back a Digimon or an option card with a mat.
All right, this is, I believe, 14,000 DP.
Pretty safe here. It has to be a Millenniumon, right?
Even Millenniumon won't do it. Trump Sword gonna miss. No active Digimon on Hong's side.
Oh man, imagine if this Greymon was the one that went against True Champion Stevens.
Wow. Gonna take out that Piedmon to prevent any kind of vengeance, and then unfortunately won't have quite enough memory to drop the Volcanic Dramon, but will definitely just settle for the Biomon. Have a feeling this Devimon, though, will come down for Tessero to crash into the Omnimon with vengeance.
Bilbo URL asks in chat, do we think if it's gonna blow up in America and in the EU, the Digimon card game?
We certainly hope so.
I've been looking at the traffic on the site, and it's been going up from basically everywhere, not just America.
And indeed, we did see that Devimon come in and crash into the Omnimon with vengeance to drag it down with it, suiciding itself in to take out the big 15,000 DP threat.
Ray's asked on chat if we're on a delay. No, you're watching this live. If something happens wrong, everybody's gonna see it.
And if anyone is
Oh, yes.
sniping and watching each other's hands, shame on you.
all of
Millenniumon's gonna come and get you at night.
all of our players, we've been playing with them on the Discord. They're pretty honorable. No doubt they're not doing any shenanigans.
Leomon's gonna
That's why I love
crush
this
it.
Discord.
We'll get a memory. Kind of a very light Leomon type effect. Thinking about dropping the Volcanic Dramon to clear Tessero's board. Also go ahead and Digivolve into that Dark Tyrannomon if you wanted to just go ahead and stick him at 10 memory, and that's what he's thinking about. If the memory doesn't want to slide across the room.
There's the Volcanic. Look at all of these great big plays coming from Hong Fam.
Gonna give him plenty of memory. There is a Tapirmon there ready to rush out. And let's look at the hand here. We don't see a ride all the way up to that Millenniumon either. 2 attacks coming in on the next turn and still no blocker. There might be one there in the trash to bring back with Piedmon. Tapirmon is going to go down. We'll see another draw.
You don't usually see purple on the back foot, so this is different.
Yeah, it's pretty refreshing to see. I believe that is a Vilemon we see there that was just drawn, so that will be a blocker to stop one attack. Perhaps could bring back a second Vilemon with the Piedmon. That one was milled out by all purple's mill effects earlier. So much memory to work with. It's a lot of plays. Piedmon, of course, costing 12, so won't be able to drop that and then drop the Millenniumon in the same turn. Grizzly Wing's going to get to bring back a rookie of his choice. Alright, it'll be the Gabumon. Interesting. So he's going to use that as a way to get the Vilemon out there for cheaper. There's the Trump Sword to take out the Volcanic Dramon. And is potentially threatening game next turn with only 1 security left and 2 swings. Missing an ultimate there for Hong. Guilmon's effect definitely live with all the trash that purple has, and he's going to have to use that blocker to stay alive.
Probably just throw the Terra Force.
Could throw the Terra Force, could drop another Volcanic Dramon if you really wanted to get rid of that Tapirmon as well and clear the board yet again. We do know that Piedmon in hand will be able to bring back blockers though, so I imagine Tessero, if he needs to do so, will respond to a Volcanic Dramon with a Piedmon. Right, instead we'll see it passed over. That would have targeted at 1, but of course the purple mat there will bring Tessero up to 3 memory, allowing him to play the Piedmon if he chooses to do so.
So someone in chat asked if this is a tournament. This is the top 4 of our tournament. We are on the second set of matches before the finals, so this is the semifinals. Is there a way? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Two Vilemon in Tessero's hand. He would be able to evolve one of them and then hard cast the other one if he did need to feed or field 2 blockers to stop both these swings coming in on the next turn.
Yes, you could spectate in the room. However, just to prevent any lag, if you try to join, I will kick you off the stream.
No more pings than necessary, please.
Not to sound serious or evil.
Alright, there is the evolution into the Vilemon. That'll prevent him from playing Piedmon. Okay, he's going to opt for the Trump Sword on the Greymon.
It is nice to see red in the finals. If you missed the last games, there was another red player as well.
The Guilmon effect will put that Dark Tyrannomon at 7,000 DP.
Both players fighting for their life.
And no, Steven is playing purple. Or, sorry, blue. Black. I misread it.
Hong could just field 2 bodies here with the starter Greymon and then potentially a Phoenixmon as well. If you wanted to just field a bunch of things, hope that Tessero can't respond. doesn't really have a good way to choke Memory out here. A lot of high cost cards in his hand. Could just be the Greymon and then pass. As bad as that would feel. He is going to be set to 3 from the mat anyway. Right, slowly dragging out the starter Greymon. Possibly just thinking if he wants to just go with one of the Megas and limit the amount of memory. Alright, he's going to go all in. He's going to flood the board as much as he can with these high-cost guys. Giving Testro plenty of memory to work with, but we haven't seen an ultimate from Testro the entire game. These purple decks tend to just play the Chimeramon as their ultimate and typically want to hard drop that as opposed to evolve into it. We don't see something like the Heat Viper in Testro's hand to take out 2 champions on Hong's side either. Oof, alright, Volcanic Dramon as the last security. Can Testro stop all 3 attacks coming in? Does have the Piedmon to spawn a couple blockers. I believe there are 2 Vilemon in his trash at the moment, so Piedmon could actually field enough blockers, I think, to keep him in the game. And that would likely set up lethal on the following turn. There's the first, there's the second. Alright, and in response, Hong can certainly just swing. See, well, he can't get rid of all of them because the DP on the Greymon is not enough to get over the Vilemon. Could Terraforce that Piedmon, and in fact can do so right now without passing the turn. I'm not sure he has a way to prevent or to take out all the Vilemons. Are we going to see a double Terraforce? Nope. Oh, that's right, he can just Terraforce the remaining blocker and win with Greymon. And that's game 1.
Nice and fast.
Alright. I actually tuned out for a second there to fix something on the stream. Who got the first match?
It was Hong. So he was passed exactly enough to Terraforce a blocker and then go for the last swing with the Greymon. Very exciting match. Came down to the wire and both players out of security.
Alright, red players, you're not out of the game yet. You're definitely on the top 4.
Yeah, I believe we did see an Omnimon come down, although it got immediately taken out by the Devimon Vengeance, but did not get to do Omnimon's thing of restanding itself and swinging multiple times for sure. If I recall correctly, that was what it was on top of the Starter War Greymon. That was exciting to see, by the way. Starter War Greymon coming in and just shredding 4 cards out of security with 14,000 DP. Very cool to see.
That was crazy.
Yeah, even swinging around a Trump Sword.
Alright, looks like we're no mulligans from either player, and both players stuck with the same deck.
Alright, looks like Testro opting to go second here. Pretty decent starting hand here for Hong. He's got the starter Agumon and the starter Greymon and a Skull Greymon in hand if he were to need that to be a stepping stone into Mega. Gonna opt for the Cordramon instead, favoring getting a blocker on board early. Pretty good choice considering Rookie Rush is a thing that Purple likes to do, and deterring the amount of swings that come through each turn. It's gonna be a good idea. Got the 2-cost Monodramon if he wants to try to do a little bit of board flooding of his own. He does have that Skull Greymon ready to come down and take out any Vilemon. Although, of course, being purple, we can always see them brought back by that Piedmon. He'll choke. Testro at 1 instead with the 3-cost Guilmon, saving the Monodramon for the next turn. Now with 2 champions over on Tessero's side. including his avatar there, Wizardmon. I believe you can see on the stream, Testro does have Wizardmon as his avatar for TTS.
It's favorite Digimon, Wizardmon, right here.
I mean, who doesn't like Wizardmon, honestly? Alright, we're just seeing a lot of ping-ponging back and forth at one memory. Who can build the biggest board first? So far, it's Hong, actually. The Guilmon ready to rush out of the raising area. And Testro actually is out of rookies at the moment to keep his raising area mobility going on.
And strange thing for Purple to not have anything in their trash.
Yeah, for sure. He does have the Grizzly Wing. Grizzly Wing is not a rookie while it's in the hand. Can't be used to evolve something. Oh, he's going to check a Terraforce. What's he going to get rid of here?
Wait. Oh, okay. Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yep, wanted to let that swing through. Otherwise, Vengeance would have taken down his blocker. And Terraforce is definitely a nice thing to do to get rid of a Digimon with Vengeance.
Yeah, you never really see that purple deck's not having too many cards in the trash.
He will be able to bring one out by virtue of the Grizzly Wing, but losing a little bit of raising area mobility. Looks like he may be losing the rush to, or the race to flood the board.
Think Hong accidentally bringing his Karmon back into his hand.
Yeah, sometimes you mean to hit another button, you end up hitting that one button to draw from that stack into your hand on TTS. All right, once again, we're just sort of waiting until we get critical mass here. We do again see the exciting card, the starter War Greymon, and a couple of Digimon evolved from the raising area from in training. Finally, Testro finds a rookie in hand to get his raising area going on the next turn.
So if you guys aren't aware, right now we are playing on Tabletop Simulator, and Tabletop Simulator costs maybe around $20 on Steam. If you can't, put in $20 right now, you could always play on the Octagon platform, and that is free to play. You don't have to pay anything. It's pretty simple to use, just like Tabletop, and there's going to be instructions and lots of players to help you out on the Discord.
Yeah, for sure, my favorite thing about Octagon is definitely the chat log. Helps a lot in resolving judge calls.
Definitely agree with that.
Thankfully, it's been a pretty clean set of matches so far. I haven't had any judge calls or any misplays happen. Looks like we're going to see that Skull Greymon evolved into not going to use it for its on-play effect to get rid of the blocker, knowing that Purple can just easily bring that blocker right back. And by easily, I mean by dropping a 12-cost Piedmon. That board right now looking kind of vulnerable to a Volcanic Dramon drop, which would potentially force out a Piedmon from the hand. And that early Cordramon that Hong put out definitely deterring some of these lower DP Digimon from swinging in for free every turn. What a big difference just having even one blocker makes when you're going up against a rush deck.
Let's scroll back here a little bit so you can see the cards in hand. The Digimon game, you don't have a hand size limit. In fact, you're going to have a lot of cards if you're playing it right, and it's really up to how many cards you can hold in hand.
Yeah, definitely Tapirmon, as well as the Gabumon's inheritable effect, as well as Wizardmon as well, all providing effects that draw when the Digimon is destroyed and giving you a net +1. Making those Digimon not that bad to hardcast either, as they essentially replace themselves.
Yep, so then it's the never-ending story.
Yep, and then you have Recursion from the trash, Piedmon. Purple's just so good. I'm honestly very scared to see what Purple gets in the future.
I'm excited.
Alright, we've got a pretty wide board here. 5 Digimon ready to swing. How far will Hong push his board before he decides it's critical mass? That Volcanic Dramon gotta be looking really tempting right now to be able to take out 3 things on Tessero's side and threaten a security attack plus. As well as be a Mega to go into Omnimon on the following turn. which would essentially be better than security attack, plus as he would be able to have an extra swing around the blocker. Making some space in the front row. Of course, there is no concept of a row in the Digimon card game, although players do typically like to keep their tamers in the back. And there is the Volcanic Dramon for 11, taking out all Digimon on the opponent's side with 4,000 DP or less. We'll get some effects going on here from the Impmon and the Tapirmon.
He also has a Wizardmon that died.
Yep.
Typically, you would want to
Crazy
resolve
explosion.
them one at a time to prevent any missed effects, but he did it all together, so if you miss something, I think it's gone in with the wind.
Yeah, it looks like he went ahead and did the 2 draw effects first, and then milled the top 3 with the Impmon, so looked pretty correct to me. And now Hong is staring down a very, very scary board. Can certainly bring back some of those with the Piedmon drop, but that would pass the turn. Of course, Piedmon costing 12 to cast out of the hand.
Tessero needs his own Volcanic Dramon at this point.
Alright, does have enough for the Warp Digivolve into Beelzemon on the Impmon to gun down that blocker.
Here's that card on the screen.
And the Millenniummon as well to get rid of the Volcanic Dramon. Alright. So that
Very
does
well
remove,
played.
yep, removes the threat for the Omnimon to come down and take out one of Millenniummon's lives.
Funny thing here is we're not even seeing a lot of security coming off the board. It's just a lot of posturing.
Yeah, it's kind of the exact opposite of the way you typically see purple play. But now with that blocker off the board, that might change. 3 memory on the side of Hong. No 3-cost evolution megas in his hand. Just the 4-cost starter War Greymon. That's one of the reasons that War Greymon kind of fell out of favor very quickly once Booster 1 came out, is that 4-cost evolution is very hard to do without ending the turn. He looks like he's considering it. I'm really hoping there's no Trump Sword on Tessero's side.
Fortunately, it is there, but if it's used, it's going to give him a good amount of memory.
Alright, Millenniummon's going to safely swing in.
And now is he going to use the Trump Sword? Looks like
Yep,
he did.
Trump Sword will take down the War Greymon, preventing the Omnimon from coming down. And this board has not quite been able to hit critical mass for Hong. Almost there a few times.
He doesn't have any ultimates to Digivolve into, unfortunately. That would give him the extra +1 from that Greymon.
He does have plenty of rookies out here to field a couple of blockers, and that may be what he wants to make sure it's just that Millenniummon that's going to be swinging in once per turn with no extra security attack plus. And try to churn through his deck, see if he can draw into an ultimate to get on top of that starter Greymon to access its security attack +1 inheritable effect.
You might be wondering why he doesn't Terraforce a Millenniummon. Millenniummon has an effect to come back to the field when destroyed.
Yep, comes back with no Digivolution sources, which prevents the effect from, of course, making it literally invincible. And we're just going wide here. Still no ultimates drawn into through all those Digivolves that were done. But with a bunch of blockers down, it's definitely going to deter Purple's ability to just swing in with a bunch of weenies. We might just see the Millenniummon come in once per turn. Which is certainly
Maybe.
a clock. Yep.
There is a chance.
The Agumon really wanting to hide behind the Digimon. I think Hong just needs to put it somewhere else. There we go. Nope.
It's really
Agumon
shy.
just looming over Gigimon's shoulder. He really wants that bread. Well, either way, we know that whatever that's digivolved into does have plus 2,000 DP from the Gigimon's effect. I'm sure there's more than 5 there in Tessero's trash. We do see 13, in fact, as we did see the Beelzemon Warp Digivolve earlier, which does require 10 in the trash to execute that from the Impmon directly. Can't imagine we're going to see any more swings unless for some reason he wanted to trade with the Vilemon. Do have a Chimeramon there in Tessero's hand if he does want to get rid of potentially one of those blockers.
All right.
Devimon will actually swing.
Yeah, here we
This
go.
would take out the blocker with Vengeance if it does get blocked.
Devimon's a good card.
Definitely, I think, trying to bait out the block here.
All right, 8,000.
All right, let the Security Digimon do the job instead. Does
Here's the
accelerate
other
the
thing
clock.
too.
Tessero.
Paimon has something to get.
Very true. Can't play Paimon at the moment as he is at 0 memory, but he's also not under the threat of lethal right now either, as both those Quartermon will need to pay 2 to attack.
I know that
As long as he doesn't give...
security is already getting low here, but we are at the sub 4-minute turn, so it's going to be a little bit getting on people's nerves now, on the players, to try to rush out their turns.
I'm going to pass it over with 2. And still no ultimate on the side of Hong. Keep churning through. Needs to keep those blockers fielded for sure. We do have 4 swings coming through, potentially for Tessero on the next turn. But we do see a 3rd Quartermon that could come down.
Ooh, that would be a very interesting play. Got a good blocker.
Here's a Dark Tyrannomon going to be able to come in and swing for, I believe that was a starter Agumon there. So this will be, looks like 8,000 coming in. Not enough to get over the Beelzemon though.
Just a little weaker.
Could choke at 1 if he wants to evolve into that Quadramon from the Monodramon, and that's probably going to be what he has to do here, I would think. So he does need to block all but 1 and 4 swings coming in. Thankfully, with Tessero's build, there's not too many tricks to do any sort of a restand to get an extra attack out there. Phoenixmon just narrowly going to get swung over by the Millenniummon.
So close.
So close.
And now that Millenniummon definitely threatening the final hit on the next turn. However, not a lot of high-power Digimon to accompany it, as they will all be able to be blocked effectively by that parade of Quadramon on Hong's side. As well as potentially 5 swings coming in, although with the Quadramons requiring 2 memory on each swing, not going to be able to swing with all of them. He's just going to jockey for position.
Does have a Skull Greymon, could potentially pop the blocker, but would pass the turn.
Yep, and he has just 1 too many swings right now, it looks like, and he's going to go ahead and scoop it up.
There's so much
Ah.
one too many.
I wish he just started swinging at security. I wanted to see what was in there.
Yeah, I definitely played a long waiting game, waiting to see if he could maybe take it all out in 1 turn, which honestly could be a little bit risky, especially as Purple does. We have seen a lot of Purple lists playing 4 copies of Trump Sword, and Trump Sword is one of the best things to see if the opponent thinks they have lethal, as it's going to be able to target down those active Digimon that have yet to attack on the turn.
Alright, we are at 1-1 on our best of 5 here. Pretty close, at 3 minutes left on the timers.
Right, onus on Tessero to see if he wants to declare a switch first.
Okay, nope. Both players choosing to stay with their decks. It's going to be red versus purple again. And now we're going to see if the players choose to mulligan.
Now, I'm not trying to spoil anything here, but I really wish that both players would switch. I think we've seen their decks on stream, but you know. You see that starter Wargrey in Hong's hand again, as he is going to mulligan that away. I believe that may only be a 1-up in his deck, so it's very interesting we've seen it so many times. I think one of the most interesting things on TTS is how do you set up your security? Do you set it up from the bottom up or from the top down? And Orange,
Okay.
I believe you're a top down person.
I don't remember which way I do it, but I know it frustrates people.
I believe it's the way that Hong's doing it. As the top card is the one furthest away from the opponent.
Gotcha.
Alright, we do see the Vilemon go ahead and come down, kind of a mirror of how the previous game started for Hong with wanting to get that blocker fielded early.
Do we have plenty of rookies on both sides? It's going to be a rookie rush versus rookie rush.
Yeah, should have no problem with the mobility of the raising area in this game, as both players look like they're going to be fielding a blocker to combat the opponent's rookie rush.
Blue Numamon and Rays causing a ruckus in chat since most people are just intent and happy watching.
Let's see, we do see the Skull Greymon as well in Hong's hand, so that will be able to combat the blocker on Testro's side to let the rookie rush for Hong run a little bit more free.
And there we see the War Greymon again. Just always going to show up.
It's just a magnet, it just comes to the hand every time. With the blocker down there, would be able to block a big security swing coming in. He's just going to shelter in the racing area. All right.
So we also call the raising area the area of courage because Red likes to stay in there and go all the way up to Mega.
Absolutely. All right, see a security swing from the Tapirmon drawing a card. It does take that Dark Trinomon off the security stack. And you gotta imagine Testro is definitely going to be keeping that Vilemon active to stop this security attack plus a bunch from the War Greymon. Looking at the line there, you see not too many cards actually in Testro's trash. So Gigimon not live yet. Nor the Guilmon, it would just be the raw 12,000, which could get ran over by a Millennium Mon. See, will he let it through? It does have security attack +2 for 3 total checks. Alright, he'll go ahead and take that block. And that is the good thing about the starter War Greymon as compared to the booster War Greymon, is it does retain that security attack plus for future turns. Alright, going to pass it over with one. That's a very good idea because it prevents a Devimon from coming down on top of one of those rookies and swinging at the War Greymon, as well as being safe from Trump Sword.
There's one Omnimon in security.
Alright. Is he also safe from a Piedmon coming down as he is stuck at 1 memory? One of the biggest weaknesses of Piedmon is if you get choked out and you do not have the Mat Tamer down there to set you to 3, you won't be able to utilize Piedmon. Alright, down to 1 security on Hong's side. Testro has exhausted his entire board and only has 1 memory to work with. At this point, with all those swings, he does have 10 in the trash. So now Guilmon and Gigimon will both be live, and that War Greymon will have 14,000 DP to swing over any Millennium Mons he might find in security. Taking the Grizzly Wing back to hand with the Mats effect. Probably going to be gearing up for a potential future Piedmon play on the next turn. Got a trio of Terra Forces in Hong's hand, and here comes 3 security checks. Grizzly Wing will be able to bring back a Digimon from the trash. And that'll be ready to attack on Tessero's next turn. Pretty dangerous. Right now needs to answer that Tapirmon right away, as it will be able to take off the last security. Does have a Quartermon he can get on top of the Monitormon. Alright, he's just going to go ahead and go wide, it looks like. I believe he was at 3, so pays the 2 for the first Monitormon. Thinking about it. Pass the turn. I'll be at 3 regardless, thanks to the mat. Could either evolve and pass the turn at 3, or just put the Quartermon down hard cast and pass it over with 4 if he wants to hard cast it. Should only be 1 extra memory in Woodfield and extra body. Looks like that may be the decision right now. Could also just potentially go super wide with 3 Monodramon if he doesn't care about this last security being lost. Does have the Guilmon ready to rush out on the next turn. And he's going to play it safe and only pass it over with 3, as the mat will set Tessero 2-3 at the start of his turn. Right, so now that Tapirmon won't be able to swing effectively. We still see, looks like no Devimon in Tessero's hand to make blocking a little bit sketchier. Is that War Greymon still threatening security attack plus turn after turn? Definitely, I think, justifying Hong's inclusion of it in the deck. I do see the Trump Sword in Tessero's hand, but that War Greymon is in rest mode, so won't be able to, really has no way to take out a rested Mega with a blocker on the board, which, bear in mind, is a pretty tall ask to be safe from all of Purple's removal options, but that is the scenario that Hong has set up. That War Greymon is pretty safe right now.
It's definitely not the matchups I was expecting, but I'm happy that Red is back in the game.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see the starter War Greymon. I believe it did actually get a good amount of play, surprisingly, in one of the last tournaments of Booster 1 at London Players Guild tournaments. So it's really nice to see it popping up again. Often gets overlooked. Tessero thinking about what's going to be the best way to chart this and try to survive the next turn, as there's 4 potential swings coming in, the first of which with security attack plus 2. We do see the 3 Terra Forces in Hong's hand, so not likely the last one's going to be a Terra Force, but he's probably not too worried about that right now. Current score is 1-1, I believe, correct?
That is the score, 1-1.
So whoever wins this match will only need to win 1 more game to advance to the finals. Timer is still running, so it looks like Tessero is just thinking about things. There's not any sort of a judge call going on at the moment. He's got to decide to drop the Piedmon. How many blockers can he bring back is the question. There's 1. And the Wizardmon. Alright, we do see the Terra Forces in hand, so as before, Hong would be able to just Terra Force the Vilemon if he chose to do so. Or even more effectively, he could Skull Greymon to take out the blocker, and then has plenty of swings to mop up the game. Alright, who's going to go in for the win? Well, we don't get to see. I'd like to pretend it's Guilmon. I'm a big fan of Guilmon. Alright, so that is 2-1 in Hong's favor, with the red deck featuring starter War Greymon as apparently the star of the deck. I'm pretty sure I heard him say it may have been a one of, but if so, it sure has popped up quite a bit, and it was definitely the carry that game.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shock.
Alright, here we go. Some people are complaining about the frame rate. That's my fault, twiddling with some of these windows here. Let me close this one. That should clear it up. And there we go. We are going to be moving into game 4 of this best of 5. 2 on Hong and 1 for Tessero. Actually, I was going to say they didn't switch decks, but you could see here Tessero did switch his deck. It's no longer purple.
Right, and suddenly I have to root for Tessero.
Yeah, my laptop slowed down for a little bit.
Here we
You
go.
know what doesn't slow down is green and its cheap Digivolution costs. Testro starting us off with the Argomon into the Tentomon, into the Vegemon, passing it over with 1. Good start from green. Alright, Holling's able to respond with a 1-cost Digivolution of his own, and just has the pretty much the perfect lineup that you would want as the Unga Bunga Omnimon player. The Dark Tranomon into the Groundermon, into the Phoenixmon, into the Omnimon. And we'll see how Testro will be able to respond, as there'll be some very cheap removal likely coming out on the next turn. Just gonna hard cast the Tentomon, go a little bit wide. Currently no ultimate to go into. Has a bunch of rookies on board and a Puppetmon. So not a great Omnimon target here.
He does have the double puppet that could just stall out the game for the next few turns.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is very true. I've done it myself. Puppetmon is amazing.
Right, so the Phoenixmon will pass the turn over with 1 memory, and definitely being a big threat. Completely vanilla on that Phoenixmon, other than being 13,000 DP from the Coromon. Veggie Gang is going to go ahead and make a swing. And we'll go over the Biomon. Ooh. Okay, and if that Vegemon is not swung over, the underlying baby Argomon will give Testro an extra 1 memory at the start of his next turn. Right. When is this Phoenixmon going to start swinging, and will it swing over the Vegemon, or go ahead and start going at security? Should be a pretty safe security swing. It's going to go for the Vegemon instead and deny Testro the extra memory from the Argomon. Hong is very familiar with green, especially looks like this is a more Titamon focused build featuring the Puppetmon from Tessero, so probably knows roughly what to expect. We do see the turn passed over with the security attack +1 inheritable starter Greymon. Currently no ultimates in Holling's hand to take advantage of it. It looks like Tessero may just be trying to make a rush at security here. Just going to swing with all the things and then go for the stun with Puppetmon to buy another turn, hoping that some of these rookies do survive. So far they are not. Goburimon's going to make a swing, and alright, so all of his rookies do get taken down on the security swing. Makes this Puppetmon not quite as appetizing. Honk has had the Omnimon in hand for pretty much the entire game, but no real good targets to put it down on. Feels a little bad having to get rid of a lowly 2-cost Goburimon with the Omnimon, but will at least threaten 2 swings on the next turn. And I'd imagine this is probably the time where Testro is going to drop that Puppetmon and keep that Omnimon tapped down.
Yeah, play 2 Puppetmons 2 turns in a row, and then just pray that he can get something from those draws.
Yeah, and honestly, that would set up game next turn with the Puppetmon and the rookie Argomon able to swing. Both that starter Greymon and the Omnimon will not be able to reactivate during this active phase.
Does have Terra Force. Probably has to use it if he doesn't realize the lock that he's going to get into.
Yeah, could play down the Quartermon as well to prevent the Argomon from swinging in. Could even play both. So does he expect the double Puppetmon is the question. If he is able to survive through some of the Puppetmon drops, though, he does have multiple swings coming in with the Omnimon. Alright, just kind of Terra Force that Puppetmon. So this Quartermon not going to be able to stop this Argomon from swinging in. It will go down there, and there's going to be potentially a Puppetmon to keep things tapped down. Does have 4 memory to work with, so he could play something else. Potentially that 3-cost Agumon. If he wanted to go ahead and field another body. Which, with a blocker coming out on the next turn, could be advisable. Puppetmon is definitely a lot better when the opponent does not have something in their raising area ready to rush out and be able to attack. Giving a lot of memory right here could mean a Digivolution up to potentially that starter Greymon or Greymon if we do see, and we do see the Skull Greymon actually. So here comes the Puppetmon, alright.
Trying to set up
How
lethal there.
Yep, how will Hong defend against it? He does top deck the Cordramon. Would be able to shred security right now with the, once again, the starter Greymon could come down with the Skull Greymon into it. Can also respond with another Terra Force. Gonna go ahead and Terra Force away that Puppetmon, bringing him down to 2 memory left. And with the blocker on board, that will prevent lethal. Just gonna choke him at 1 with the Guilmon, and now on his next active phase, Omnimon will finally be able to stand up again after several turns. And I feel like Hong has probably weathered the storm here. Right, we have 2 swings coming from that Omnimon. A total of 5 swings can come through on those for security, but 1 looks like it probably will be blocked. Phoenixmon gets bounced back to hand.
Unfortunately, nothing big enough in Green's deck to actually stop Omnimon short of a Terra Cluster.
It's going to have to be a Terrorist Cluster. And there, in fact, it is! Omnimon going to the bottom of the deck, but I believe his damage was done. Did take off 2 security. At this point, Hong probably doesn't really need Omnimon to close out the game.
Even if he sees another Terra Cluster, that wouldn't stop the Rampage. That is red.
He does have the blocker on board and only 1 swing. Going to be able to come down. However, we do see the Flower Cannon in hand for Tessero, so if we do only see just the 1 blocker, could potentially play that Flower Cannon, rest the blocker, and then swing for game with the Woodmon. Guilmon's going to swing as well, or he's thinking about it.
Uh-oh. Hold on here. I'm not sure how Numamon is going to call that, or if the players are going to test that swing.
Yeah, might be interested in evolving into the other blocker, but he's just going to go ahead and take that down instead. Not sure if the security swing would have had some sort of a major ill effect for Hong there.
Probably afraid of the Flower Cannon, but seeing that second one in his hand now, that drops the likelihood of it being in security.
Yeah, I mean, he still would have been able to throw down the Skull Greymon, and it would not have rested the Cordramon either. So, might not have impacted the game too much, as we do just see a hard drop Lilymon, and probably Tessero letting out a sigh of desperation, as this looks like it's going to be game for Hong and the match, I believe. Terra Cluster once again, getting rid of something that already swung, unfortunately. Right, and the Greymon for the game, so well played by Hong there, surviving the double Puppetmon, keeping that Omnimon tapped down for several turns.
Alright, congratulations to Hong, fam. He is going to move on to the finals bracket where he will face true champion Steven. And the next match we're going to see here is Tessero versus Nighthawk.
Who would have guessed that we would see a pair of Omnimon decks in the finals, huh?
I would actually thought that the purple would make it through this round. Nothing against Hong, but I'm happy that he's going to face True Champion Steven, since he's the only person who's taken wins on True Champion Steven.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Steven can get the win when it counts here in the finals. And, you know, the previous Big Bite metagames have really seemed like they have focused more on purple, whereas a lot of the Japanese results we've been hearing about have been more focused on red and blue Omnimon.
Okay, everybody, while we're setting up for the next match, for the bronze match, we're going to take a quick break. Let's take a quick 7-minute break. for everybody to relax, get a drink of water. We'll start again at 7:50 Central Time. The stream will stay up. Thanks.
And during the break, please make sure to go check out DigimonCard.dev and build yourself a new deck.
Alright guys, I will be right back. And
I'll do
the
the same.
stream is live, so if you guys want to talk, feel free to.
Sure thing. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back also. And back.
Alright, so question for the audience. What color do you think will be the first card to get a reveal in Twitter for VT3?
Red.
A hybrid.
A hybrid's actually a good pick, but I'm going to stick with blue.
Actually, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
More blue bias.
Yep. Always blue bias.
I think
Of
it
course.
might be a hybrid too, because the first card we got actually revealed through the Twitter at least was Millenniumon, which showed off purple and black, but didn't like give you any information about them.
That's true. Now, how crazy would a hybrid color tamer be?
I think that might be a little much unless it's overcosted.
I definitely would agree. That would be enabling you to play 2 off-color options with 1 card. It's pretty crazy.
Alright, Ray's is trying to join us here on the commentary. There we go.
Somebody say DigimonCard.dev.
Oh, I got
Hey,
the
there's
pasta.
Get it going.
I gotta
we
update
go.
this copy pasta orange. You are way over 100 followers on Twitter.
Let's do a tweet real quick. Remind the people that we are streaming live. We are now at our bronze match. It's gonna be Nighthawk versus Tessero. Give me a second here to update the names and the scores. We'll get started shortly.
All right. Hopefully this week we get some V-Jump spoilers.
That would be great. That'd be amazing.
Oh crap! There's a Digimon Adventure episode tonight, isn't there?
There is one. I think we'll end right
I
on
think
time.
we'll get through it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we'll get through it in time.
Oh no, I just didn't remember, so I don't have anything set up. So I
Oh.
need to go over to Numa Wife's computer and start getting that ready.
That's all right. If you can't do it, we'll get somebody else, or we'll do another one of the trials.
No, I have it all ready. I have her passwords and stuff so that I can get in. I just want to make sure it doesn't break like last time when I had to run off.
If you were on the stream on the Discord, we do watch some episodes together. That's all I'm gonna say on that. There's a new episode of Digimon Adventure. Go watch it if you have Crunchyroll.
And what I love is Digimon is considered a 90s TV series, even though I'm pretty sure it debuted in 99.
I don't remember actually when it came out. I just remember watching it after school.
It just barely counts.
Hey, content creators who have access to the promotions, you want to send out a thing saying after the tournament the episode will get streamed? I'm going to go quick, try to get everything ready beforehand. Otherwise, I have to post it in Reese's Archipelago and it'll get lost somewhere.
We'll get on it. For this match, we do have Kelfa as the judge again.
Yep.
I know Nighthawk and Tessero are pretty good, but you could see there on the first match, Nighthawk was actually under a lot of pressure and wasn't able to start his timer a few times.
Yep. So I had to watch over.
Zuhair asks, what's different in the reboot?
Well, Sora has a knife.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's about all I know. I have not seen the reboot. But I have seen the emote in the Discord.
Alright, I've instructed our players to go ahead and set up. I think they might still be on break. Nighthawk with 600 ping. Okay, it's back to normal. Nope, it's bouncing up and down. Maybe that's why the cards were floating earlier. Like, you guys saw that, right? It wasn't just me. Like, the cards spinning over here in a little tornado.
Yeah, I mean, I know War Greymon likes to use Brave Tornado, but not like that. If only TTS had animated attacks for when Digimon make their attacks, that would be pretty incredible.
That would be fun. And I know that Bandai as well is, moving their instructional app to English. So now a lot of players will be able to practice and learn how to play the rules.
Yeah, I was not able to get a hold of that in the Japanese, so I'll be very happy to see that on my phone and be very happy to deck out with the half decks.
Okay, I think the players might be waiting for something. I did message them. Califike, if you could go ahead and hop over there and let them know that they're ready to go.
I was just about to ask you. Yeah, we're ready.
And here we go. Looks like we got spoilers again on Tessero's side with his sleeves.
I'm just waiting for Tessero to switch the sleeves and put his green deck in the sleeves, in the Impmon sleeves.
Be the best big brain plays.
Alright, pair of sixes. Strong 5 from Tessero. Up. Ends on a 4. Let's see what Nighthawk's going to start off with here. Did see the switch to black there at the end of the semifinals.
Let me put that promotion thing that Blue Nimon was talking about. I'll be right back.
We are going to be starting off here with black. Going to be a mulligan though. Tessero possibly going to keep that hand. It does have 2 rookies, but not a lot of chain up to the Beelzemon. Tough choice. Right, much better starting hand here for Nighthawk. Got the Greymon, Metal Greymon, just that 2-card combo alone, being able to swing in very safely every turn for security with jamming and reboot. And we are off to the races here as Tessero is going to keep that hand and just going to play out the 2 cards that he realistically can, the Tapirmon and the Devimon, with only 7 seconds off his clock, playing lightning fast.
All right.
There's the
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
there's the Toy Agumon. Be interested to see if he digivolves that into the Greymon lines, which does have reboot natively. And heads up play there, going in and getting that blocker on board with the 5,000 DP on the Chrysalamon to stop purple from rushing in. And whoops, Tessero bringing it back to the hand. There it is. Tapirmon.
And then somebody asked, are mulligans tournament rules? So we are doing mulligans specifically just for this tournament. Bandai has not released any official tournament rules or guidelines.
Alright, so the blocker deterring purple from swinging in there. So we do see the Greymon come down, getting that inheritable reboot. So whatever mega this Greymon ends up at will have reboot, will have the full suite of effects there. Got a Mega Dramon in hand if he wants to opt for a quick early beater, or the Metal Greymon to play for the long game. Looks like he's considering the Metal Greymon. So could go for the Andromon to field another blocker, which would also get reboot, very nice, but there's the Metal Greymon to threaten a security attack plus on whatever he digivolves into, as it will have reboot courtesy of the Toy Agumon. See, Tessero kind of stuck on this hand here. Had the 2 rookies to open up with and felt like a pretty safe keep. But he's really kind of petered out. Nothing in the trash used for that Grizzly Wing. Could potentially trump sword that Metal Greymon. Might be about his only decent play here. That is going to be what he decides to do. So that's definitely one good way to get rid of that continuous safe swing in that the Greymon, Metal Greymon, Black combo provides, as those cards just get uninstalled. There we go, we're back. Not just deleted, but uninstalled.
That was a strong delete.
Thrown off the table into the dark ocean. Alright, draws into a Toy Agumon. Something's going to be able to grab some reboot in the future.
Okay, if you guys are just joining us now, this is the bronze match, best of 5 for the DigiRumble. After this match, we'll be in the finals, who will get first or second. And then, of course, the winner of this bronze match will be the 3rd place.
This is the important one. This decides who gets a theme deck and who gets the promo pack. So,
I think we're all assuming that the 3rd place player will pick the theme deck and not the promo pack.
yeah, especially with the being able to get those promo packs in English pretty soon as well.
Sun Hui Yi asks, do the 1st and 3rd get rolls? So on the server, we do have gold, silver, and bronze rolls for the tournament winners. Yes, they will be getting those rolls on the Discord.
By the way, Sun Hoi Yi is Huang fan.
Okay, gotcha.
Spoilers, if you haven't read the book yet.
No, I have not.
I've not partaken of that literature yet, but we do see a lot of blockers, 2 blockers in fact, on Nighthawk's side, definitely deterring Purple's typical rookie rush strats. Gonna go ahead and block with the 5,000 DP Chrysalimon just enough to beat out the Wizardmon and stay on board.
Jeebus Denzarid asks, how can I get the new EXP in my mod TTS? I actually don't know what your question means. Could you rephrase that?
Well, if you want the new Digimon card game experience, you can go subscribe to Zaffy's mod on TTS, which has all of the updated cards. That is what we are playing on right now.
Let me grab it for him.
This is, of course, a custom board with full DigimonCard.dev branding. Gotta stay on brand for the DigiRumble.
Here is the link to the Discord. You can ask your questions there. There's all the resources. And I think Blue Numamon is going to give you the link to the TTS mod itself.
There we go.
Alright, that Piedmon going to be able to bring back 2 Digimon that have the effect when destroyed, draw 1. So Tessera may just be trying to get some more swings in and trying to grow his hand.
Yeah, he's been falling a little bit behind here with those, basically a lack of any rookies champions in his hand for the longest time.
It's really just been this one Wizardmon that has been the only champion he's seen all game. See, plenty of memory to work with here for Nighthawk. Deals another blocker for the Chrysalimon.
That Giga Cannon dead in hand.
Yeah, very dead against Purple. Very rarely do you see more than 1 at most evolution source being played on Purple stacks.
Uh-oh, having some gravity issues again on the map.
Yep. I will say it is one of the more decent ways to remove a Millennium Mon. Although in that case, you typically would just prefer to use the Spider Shooter. Alright, we do have Reboot on that Andromon, so it will be reactivated. Can swing over that Demi-Devimon pretty freely. Still no Mega outside the Black War Greymon, which could come down for its reduced cost right now.
I think at the moment he might just be looking to build wider, because that reboot means if he goes up into Mega, that's just a big Trump Sword target.
Very much, and we do see another Trump Sword in Tessero's hand. It's going to go ahead and drop the big beat stick of Black Megadramon, having 9,000 DP. Which is 10,000 on the opponent's turn, courtesy of the Black Tie.
Purple has the edge on this matchup. However, we could see that Nighthawk having no problem staying in the same pace.
Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup as the plethora of blockers from the side of Black does really deter a lot of Purple's rookie rush strategies, but of course Reboot does make you a sitting duck for Trump Sword, even if you would rather stay down. And that's the perfect thing to see from security. Definitely the best way to take out a Piedmon. Nope. See, yeah, it does actually have a Piedmon in hand. He feels the need to drop another one. Lots of blockers on board, though, to deter any further swings coming in this turn.
And there is the Trump Sword right there on the blocker.
Alright. It does still have a rookie in hand to be able to keep the raising area momentum going. Hasn't been able to mount any pressure on the opponent's security. You see the Sumemon, probably the 5th Digitama. So we're going to be looking for probably trying to top off that line with the War Greymon. He wants to take advantage of the jamming effect the Greymon does provide, just in case there's a Millennium Mon that shows up.
Just a reminder to all the players out there, when you play, when you Digivolve, draw. Always draw after Digivolution. It's not optional. It's mandatory, and it's good for you.
Absolutely good for you. Unless you're playing the tutorial app, in which case you'll probably deck out because of the half decks. So don't Digivolve too much when you play that. We do see the High Andromon being a pretty safe swing over everything except for Millennium Mon. And just keeping more blockers on the board, maintaining 3 blockers against 3 attackers, and really stopping security from being aggressed any further as he slowly builds up his board. Do not see a Millenniumon over in Nighthawk's hand right now, which you often see paired with the Hyandramon to dash in to the Millenniumon as quickly as possible. We'll see the swing in just to sacrifice the Impmon basically and mill a couple more cards.
Looks like he might be opting to Grizzly Wing, grab that Impon back, and Evo to Beelzemon to take out one of these blockers.
Yep, that's definitely looking like what he's going to do. It's a heads-up play. Does have 13 cards in the trash right now after the Impmon milled 3 and then came back out itself.
And that, folks, is exactly how you play that secret rare Beelzemon combo. It will cost you a pretty penny if you want to get them once a set comes out in English.
And we don't see the Spider Shooter there in Nighthawk's hand, which would hilariously drop that Beelzemon all the way back down to an Impmon. But as it is, he is threatening a Millenniumon to come down on this turn.
He does have the Giga Cannon if he really wants to be cheeky with it.
True, I'm sure he would much rather play a Millenniumon instead on top of that Hyandramon if he had it. See,
Fortunately,
go ahead.
Fortunately, he does have the option of playing that Black War Greymon now that he is seeing the Beelzemon on the other side of the field.
Yep, that is exactly. I was going to say that as well. It's exactly what he's going to do. Does have 2 Megas out there to give Tessero a choice on what he wants to Millennium on the bottom of the deck.
A lot of options, and it sounds like they're all bad since there's still plenty of monsters on the field.
Yeah, taking out the attackers will still leave the blockers, the Gatsumons there. You can very easily block those Tapirmons and Devimons. 4,000 DP right now, courtesy of the Black Tie. Could even trade with the Wizardmon if that wanted to swing in. Alright, gonna make a swing. The Beelzemon, and flashes the War Greymon. Some great security from Nighthawk this game.
I believe that's the second War Greymon we've seen.
Yep, and that might just about seal it, as that is going to take away Tessero's ability to play that Millenniumon. But you gotta imagine he was definitely looking to do this turn. Try to get rid of something. Alright, they're gonna trade. 4,000 DP, courtesy of the Black Tie.
So at the moment, at least he drew that Trump Sword, so he can take out that Black War Greymon, basically paying back the 7 that Nighthawk paid for the Black War Greymon, and stopping him from having lethal next turn.
Yep, as it stands, there are 4 swings coming in. He's going to opt with the Piedmon instead, probably bringing back some blockers. Currently, does not have anything with blocker on his side to abuse that Atomic Ray to get an extra attack off. See if he can maybe draw into an ultimate to get that War Greymon into play. Looks like the Wizardmon, does not actually have any blockers to bring back.
Oh, that's gonna be...
Depending on the security, this could be game.
Got a second Atomic Ray. Now, I for one would love to see this Gatsumon swing in a couple of times and get Atomic Raid. Not likely, especially with needing to pay 2 just to attack with the Gatsumon.
Pretty clear path so far.
And that's game.
There it is, Gatsumon coming in for the win.
Alright, that's GG. 1 for Nighthawk to 0 Tessero. This is best of 5 for the bronze match.
Yeah, I think that game definitely showed why Black can have an advantage against Purple, just fielding all those blockers, making it difficult for Purple to execute its strategy of crashing a bunch of small rookies into security.
While we're waiting for the players to set up here, I do want to give out a shout out to the team at the Digimon TCG Discord. They do work pretty hard on getting us these proxies and translating them. We have Zaffi, who's the maker of this mod, imports all the cards and also makes these nice proxies. He edits them, meticulously, erasing all of the Japanese characters and adding the English. And on top of that, the team on the Discord, they standardize all of the language so that players will be less confused compared to the translations. I mean, now we are getting the English release. It'll be a lot easier for the team, but I think we'll still be one set ahead. So once BT3 drops in Japan, we start getting releases. The team will be translating so that players can play right away.
Well, say I believe one thing Zaffy did say is that don't expect the sample watermarks to get airbrushed out anymore.
We will try our best for DigimonCard.dev to have the nice art, but I'm not as good as Zaffy, so.
Yeah, it'll be easy coming in the future. Just take all the English cards that are being released.
Nighthawk did do a mulligan there. I didn't see what his hand was. Do you guys get a peek?
No, I saw at least one Greymon, but that's not too terribly surprising.
Alright, this is slightly better, but not too great. Only seeing 3 rookies and a Mega.
Yeah, I guess you are going to get flooded by something. I'd rather be flooded by rookies. At least have them with low cost.
Tessero's hand looking a little sketchy too.
Right, seeing no blockers yet. Alright, there's the draw for turn as well as the Digivolve draw, and still no blockers. The excellent Greymon though, and there is the Metal Greymon. Always feels a little bit of a waste to use your Toy Agumon on that Metal Greymon line if you do just want to use it for the 1-2 combo with the Metal Greymon. It definitely gives you some more options for your Mega, for sure, by keeping that reboot on no matter what.
Yeah, especially with the Black War Greymon in hand. Now that Black War Greymon will at least be a reboot 13k swinger.
With jamming for 2. 3 to attack +1.
Oh, that's true too.
Yep.
Oh, the Atomic Ray.
Atomic Ray doesn't often do much in security, but when it does, it is a sight to behold.
Here's Atomic Ray. All of your Digimon with blocker become active and get plus 5,000 DP. Would have been nice to see last turn when there was a lot of blockers, or last game, I mean.
Yeah, it really changes the way that you think about routing your blocks in your turn. As often you might want to go ahead and let some of the swings go through, see what you can fish out of security, and then go for your blocks later. But with effects like Atomic Ray, it encourages you to block first so that you do have rested Digimon that can be reactivated. Alright, so it does field Devamon threatening. Whoa, gonna knock over his timer. Metal Greymon, calm down. I don't recall if Metal Greymon has an attack besides his Giga Blaster, but that is going to get jammed over thanks to the Greymon underneath.
Metal Greymon has reboot, jamming, and it does have the plus 1,000. Not that it matters with the jamming at this point.
Looks like he's deciding whether to just drop something big or
Yeah, I think
try to get his tie going.
I think I would probably prefer going wide here. Definitely don't want to Digivolve into that Black War Greymon when there could easily be a Trump Sword waiting for him on the other side, and he's going to recognize the threat of that and drop a Gatsumon to stop that Tapirmon from swinging in for free. There goes the Devamon.
Ooh, another!
Yeah, I usually like to see those who try to end the game later on with your War Greymon Black as opposed to the Black War Greymon. Right, that's one of the best ways to get rid of pretty much any ultimate in the game, especially that Metal Greymon that can be pesky to pin down, and definitely a better value than the 7-cost Trump Sword. See the best card in black in Nighthawk's hand, and there it is, the Numemon.
Ooh, perfect plays right there. Evolving for 1.
Wow. As well as the big Beatstick Megadramon. He's hovering over it, and there it is.
This Numemon is going on a journey, people.
Sometimes
I wish my Numemon could evolve to Megadramon. Still plenty of rookies in hand. Gonna go ahead and field another blocker here, looks like. Still not
We'll be able to stop that Devamon, but not much else going on there.
He's going to make the trade with the Chrysalimon. So he won't be able to stop the Chimeramon.
Or will he try to take our risk and security? Nope.
We could see a Devimon come down on top of that Gabumon, and instead we're going to go ahead and see the Beelzemon gun down the Gatsumon, clearing Nighthawk's board, leaving with just the Megadramon coming out of the raising area.
And for the purple players out there, you don't always need to use the Impmon Beelzemon combo. You could just do it the normal way.
Yeah, I mean, just throwing down the Chimeramon and getting a lot of value. Just a 3-card removal combo with the Chimeramon, Beelzemon, and then the Millenniummon. So much removal.
Trump Sword missing
Dodge it.
again.
All right. Currently at risk to be swung over with that Megadramon. So it does not have Reboot. That is a Karamon underneath it.
Is he going to risk the evolution and hope it doesn't get Millenniummon, or
Devimon.
just play out one of
would be
his
scary.
rookies?
Could potentially play down the Black Tie, which would actually give it 11,000 DP on the opponent's turn, so that Beelzemon would not be able to swing over it cleanly. Alright, Giga Cannon just to remove the 1. Alright, I hope they remember what the memory was there, as I lost track of it.
There we go. They got it.
Now, I'm going to be honest here, I have no idea what Piedmon's Digivolution cost is. I don't think I've ever seen anyone Digivolve into it.
Let's
It's
check it
3.
out. It's not too expensive. Yep, just 3 cost if you wanted to go into it. We'll give
3 for
you-
vengeance.
Yep, 3 for vengeance.
Alright, Devimon's going to be able to take down that Megadramon, regardless of what DP it has. Testro with the
Looking-
security edge and the board advantage right now.
Yeah, looking very scary for Nighthawk here. There's probably not very many ways he can actually make it back out of this.
I believe that Chrysalimon, is that Chrysalimon and I think maybe a Gatsumon, the only blockers that he's been able to see.
He's got to try to draw into it.
And threatening.
Agumon. Needs to try to find a blocker here. And not going to be able to find one.
And because Matt is on the board, it is going to go to 3 memory for the purple side. Or not. That's actually a missed time right there. But it doesn't matter because the game is over.
Yeah.
Alright, while they're setting up the next board again, just a reminder, next week we do have Raise Oblivion's Big Bite number 6 tournament. And here is the link for the challenge for you guys to join. It is free to enter. You do need tabletop to play. It is just a 1-day tournament next Saturday. It's double limb. If you have any more questions about it, feel free to ask him here in chat or on the Discord, or check out the challenge page.
Yeah, definitely some rules difference with Big Bite. Only 1 deck allowed that you do have to stick with through the entire tournament, and I don't recall if there were any mulligan rules allowed.
There are no mulligans, no side decks for Raise's tournament.
Yep, so just keeping it by the book, as the rule book states, with no extra rules that may or may not exist in.
I heard
Western
that he's
format?
paying anyone who puts Machine Dramon in their deck $5 per Machine Dramon, though.
Let me sign up for this tournament right now.
It looks like Nighthawk did switch decks, so we're going to see his second deck. Did we see it in the other stream?
We did.
Okay,
The
Yeah.
Red Greymon Tribal.
gotcha.
And for those of you who don't know, Ray's also changed his name to Blue Numamon, so send all inquiries about that money to him. Or to
Gotcha.
that name. To that name, sorry.
Well, I heard this Blue Numamon guy was this famous guy who made this green deck that won a tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Godlike green deck.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, how many other people have won a tournament with Hercules Kabuterimon?
Not very many.
And here we go. We
Alright.
are starting.
The only one.
Timer's
There's only
being missed
one.
here.
Two Omnimon going to the bottom of the deck.
Ooh, that's gonna be
Ooh.
really
Ooh.
painful. That
That's
is.
a
Oh
lot.
wait,
Three
is that the
Omnimon.
third?
And the promo Greymon and a booster 1 War Greymon, which thankfully he does already have one in the hand. And Nighthawk's probably a little slack-jawed right now. And all those powerhouse cards going to the bottom of the deck. Feels bad.
Let me update the score here real quick. We are at 1-0, or is it at 1-1 right now? It is 1-1, right?
I believe it's 1-1.
1-1.
That is one of the feels bad about those top X searchers, is if you don't find what you want, sometimes you find things that you do want, and you really wish you had just not played that card down.
Okay, he still does have some momentum here, blowing up that Vilemon with his Skull Greymon.
Yeah, he does have the booster 1 War Grey in the hand as well, but it's not going to be able to come down as it's going to immediately get blown up by the Chimeramon, just trading blows with these hardcast ultimates.
Let me fix our screen here. I think we've adjusted. And one more. Here we go. Nope, wrong screen.
There you go.
We got 3 different Agumons visible on Nighthawk's side. Thankfully, no Omnimon on the side of Tessero to take advantage of that. Grizzly Wing going to be able to bring back that Tapirmon, having it ready to attack. That Agumon did not die to security check, as it did check an option card.
Briefly touched the grave there, come back on the board.
Wait, I know that now the Tapirmon came back from the grave, but that doesn't mean the Agumon has to go in exchange. Alright, and then you got a couple of Digivolutions into Champion and back over to Tessero. Does have rookies in the hand, at least one with the Tapirmon there. Swing at the Agumon.
Ooh,
Right into the Beelzemon. Either way, probably was going to be losing his board this turn. There's a Terra Force if he wants to try to prevent a Millenniummon from coming down on the Beelzemon. It would be a hefty price to pay right now. And it looks like he may be thinking about proceeding into main phase without raising out. We also see that Shield of the Just being a little bit cheaper than Terra Force, but only really valuable if you do have a red Tamer on board, which currently he does not. Although you gotta imagine he's kind of close to it, as he did dig through 5 cards with the Booster 1 Agumon.
and there we go. He did stay in the raising area of Courage, soon to be renamed to the breeding area.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of
Looks like he-
Devimons over there. So,
Alright, a tie. Not too bad.
right, that'll activate that Shield of the Just, allowing it to destroy Digimon of higher DP. Right now, though, probably the best target going to be a Terra Force on that Beelzemon, but both those Tapirmon surviving their swings, so they'll be able to swing yet again on the next turn. Alright, and a Devimon that is definitely sketchy to swing at, while Rested as Vengeance does work on both players' turns. And we'll see if that Rental Greymon wants to come out stuck at 1 memory, so he will not be able to Digivolve into the War Greymon and keep the turn. Definitely in a pretty bad spot here. Gonna make a swing, does have quite a bit of DP on that Metal Greymon. Easily enough to go over the Gabumon. And does have the starter War Greymon, or starter Greymon underneath for the second check. Currently no blocker in hand and no real way to draw through stuff.
I think he just has to play the Shield of the Just or the Terra Force to get rid of a body.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feeling
Definitely
pretty
don't want to play that
strong.
Professor Agumon.
Feeling pretty strong about a security, maybe.
See, if he played the Shield of the Just, he could get rid of the Devimon, which would be able to take down his Metal Greymon, but the Beelzemon can do exactly the same if Testro feels like he can't push for game.
Ooh.
Gotta go for the Professor Agumon. He's putting some big faith in his security. It's gonna need to be a Terra Force. Just destroying the attacking Digimon itself will not do it. Let's see what the order of the swings is gonna be.
Senpai Let is saying, I'm trying to get a friend into this game, but he only wants Beelzemon deck, and I told him I can't base it off Beelzemon. He could definitely do it, it's just going to be very, very expensive.
It looks like we're going to see Beelzemon swing at the field, so Testro got to play safe for a potential Terra Force insecurity. Looks like he would have swung over that secret rare Metal Greymon.
Tapermon finally dying, but he drew another Tapermon.
Missing lethal right there.
Yeah, I definitely had it on board, but playing a little conservative. Just in case. Although with 2 security left and only 1 swing coming from from Nighthawk's side, probably pretty safe. Sticks him at 1 memory, so probably not a whole lot Nighthawk's going to be able to do here. Brave Shield, that's not going to be able to block enough things. Going to need 3 blocks against all 4 actually swings that Testro is going to be able to make.
Alright, checking security just for fun, probably at this point.
Yep, I imagine we'll see the scoop up pretty soon. He's gonna steal the Tapirmon.
This is a big change of event.
Alright, I didn't know that was an effect in the Digimon card. You can just steal your opponent's cards. If anyone could do it, it would probably be purple. Alright, and Beelzemon takes the game.
And there we go, we're now at 1-2, 2 for Tessero with the purple deck.
Testro running it back after losing the first game of the match.
Now we are
think one of
playing best of 5, so there's going to be another match here. Nighthawk still has a chance to catch up.
I think really the tough thing there was that first turn where he dropped the Booster 1 Agumon to search for a Tamer. Didn't find a single tie in the top 5, but did find 3 Omnimon. I believe the promo Greymon, which you would have liked to have seen to try to motor through Testro security, as well as I believe a Booster 1 War Greymon, which never really got to hit the field. Looks like Testro's sticking with purple. And I don't believe we saw a deck change from Nighthawk either. 1 more win from Testro and he will secure his choice.
Here we go, he does get tons of rookies. Doesn't want them.
If I'm Nighthawk, I see that booster Agumon in the hand and I think, you did me dirty last game. I'm mulliganing that away. Testro with a couple of rookies, as well as a Chimeramon to come down and take out some threat on Nighthawk's side. Probably sitting pretty right in that hand. Nighthawk draws his entire deck. I don't think that's allowed.
I think I might ask them to redo it. Let's just continue the game here. I don't think you would have seen the cards, actually.
I know I didn't see the cards. Alright, so it's going to be able to field a Cordramon. That's going to be a strong start to deter the rookies from swinging in.
TTS does have a rewind function if you catch it early enough. Otherwise, you'll be rewinding for a long time.
Who's going to go on top of this Yaman? Yaman does give you an extra 1000 DP on your turn if your trash is already at 5. Still a ways away, but going to choke Nighthawk at 1 with the Tapirmon drop. Already does have the Chimeramon into Beelzemon into Millenniumon. That step-by-step removal combo, very potent for purple. Likely wants to keep this Quartermon on the board. Just gonna play it safe and drop a starter tie to give him a little bit more firepower on the future turns. Kind of just a lot of ultimates in the hand right now. No blocker to target down with that Skull Greymon. There's the Chimeramon to blow up. Gonna be the Tapirmon to take out the blocker. That's really kind of going to brick Nighthawk's hand. Not a lot of great options there. And over there we do see the Beelzemon's potentially coming next, and then the Millenniumon. Unless Nighthawk responds right now with the Terraforce. Nothing in his hand costs 6 or less.
That's gonna be rough.
Now the good thing about this is if it were to be the Beelzemon on the next turn, if Nighthawk does fail to Digimon, it would be of the ultimate level, so it would not be vulnerable to Beelzemon. But he's going to go ahead and nip it in the bud and pass over with 2 using that Terraforce. Now now Tessera will need to find another ultimate to lay that Beelzemon on top of.
Alright, Volcanic Dramon in security. Do have some purple fans in chat. Go purple, Senpai Lettuce says.
7 cards in the trash right now. We do see another future Impmon. We might see the Warp getting pretty close. A pair of Beelzemons in the hand. There is an Impmon in the raising area. Just a little bit more to go. Okay, no rookie. And no real value cards to play. Everything feels so bad right now. Not even a Mega to drop down and try to get into that Omnimon.
Greymon's probably his next best hope.
Yeah, Greymon would at least allow him to draw a card in the next turn by digivolving into the ultimate of his choice. And not likely to be at risk of the Beelzemon on this turn.
Oh, that's a little bit too much memory.
It's going to be stuck at 4. Alright. See, to have the Vilemon there for Tessero. He is just not quite there, I think, on being able to get the warp going on. It's at 7 right now. I go ahead and take the swing. Is a Terraforce. Which one will be blown up? Will he get rid of the Impmon or the Gabumon? The Impmon would be threatening a Beelzemon warp. Gabumon would be able to take a swing, I believe. So that definitely crosses the threshold. We do see a Grizzly Wing that Impmon can come right back and then warp into Beelzemon. And there's a card that can bring the Impmon back with that purple mat. It is going to get played. Grizzly Wing is going to come back. That'll allow him to bring back the Impmon for 1 memory cheaper. However, by the time Beelzemon has a chance to come down, you gotta imagine this Greymon is likely gonna be evolved up into Ultimate. Taking that Grizzly Wing, probably going to signify that Beelzemon is coming. But there's finally some good value on the Skull Greymon to take out the blocker. Now over to Tessero, he'll be able to hatch something. Decent chance we might see the Grizzly Wing bring out the Impmon. And he's just going to go ahead and, yeah, he's definitely going to be going into that Beelzemon. They'll put him to 3 for the Grizzly Wing and then 4 for the Beelzemon, choking at 1 and getting rid of the Greymon. And we got the Millenniummon for the next turn. This Beelzemon is not immediately answered. And it's going to be pretty difficult to answer it with no Terra Force in hand. Mr. Agumon got to take a swing.
Yeah, after that commanding first game, Nighthawk struggling here with the cards he's getting dealt with.
Paimon will throw his swords through Skull Greymon's bones, it looks like. Just fielding a Professor Agumon, which is probably the least imposing thing I can think of to Millenniummon to the bottom of the deck.
Grabbing another Professor Agumon.
This Agumon just went into the field of Academia, and then he just got tucked to the bottom of the deck by a big DNA Digivolved. Whatever you would describe Millenniummon as, I'm honestly not sure. Oh, there's a Terra Force taking out the Beelzemon, so no Millenniummon coming down this turn.
Right on time.
Still has a tremendous security advantage. Does Tessero being 3-1.
Hovering over that Trump sword, maybe. Oh, nope, it is a Wizardmon.
Alright, that'll threaten lethal on the next turn. Because Nighthawk still has... Well, he does at least have some rookies in hand now, thanks to playing down that Professor Agumon, able to grab an Agumon back from the trash. And once again, more ultimates. It's got 3 different Metal Greymon in the hand. The starter deck, the secret rare, and the booster one. Each with their own unique play costs, at least. I believe they all cost 3 to evolve. It's going to swing at there for a trade, thanks to the starter tie that Professor Agumon does have 2,000 DP. That'll prevent the lethal from coming down.
Okay, Nighthawk still has a chance to come back here. We are at game 4 of a best of 5. After this set of matches, we'll be moving into the finals of our tournament.
Right, and just cycling through the Professor Agumons, continuing to bring cards back to the hand, making sure he doesn't run out of rookies. But only passing it over with 1, so Matt will have some big value there, getting Tessero 2 extra memory to work with.
It's actually the first time I've seen a chain of Agumons calling each other back.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Gets the free booster 1 tie. Definitely not going to be able to build up into a Mega anytime soon, but will at least avoid him being choked. And the Beelzemon going to shoot down the Professor. With this hand, no. How many champions have we even seen from Nighthawk this game? I think we saw just the 1 Greymon, correct?
I think so.
Plenty of ultimates. I don't believe we've seen any megas either, so it's just been rookies, ultimates, and Omnimon. And just can't find the links.
Very unfortunate for his draws. I do think his deck is fairly balanced. It's just not going out for him this game.
Yeah, that is one of the best things about Greymon Tribal is you have options to go on the aggressive at the champion level, ultimate level, and of course Mega and beyond. As well as having plenty of great removal options and powerful security. Oh, we're going to see a great tornado on the Agumon. It'll be 5,000 DP.
And he's going for it.
Let's just see 2 checks. Oh, that is 6,000 I think actually with the Gigimon, but it will be enough.
And he plays the Professor Agumon for his last
Why
turn.
not? Trying to take Tessero to school, but he just won't learn.
Purple Beelzemon coming out there. And that will end this set of matches. Congratulations to Tessero winning the bronze match. He is the third place contestant for our DigiRumble tournament. And congratulations to Nighthawk for getting 4th place. He will be winning the prize that the other 3 don't pick. Most likely the promo pack.
promo pack does have some very beautiful foiling, so I'll give it that.
Okay, while we are setting up here for our finals, I'm just gonna give a break for our players, commentators, and everybody else who, shake your legs, take a quick sip of water. We're gonna be back here at 8:50 Central Time. Alright, thanks again everybody. Just hang tight here as we take a break before the finals match. And I'm going to run this ad and see if it works.
Nope, not seeing anything.
Twitch says there's an ad, but I don't know. I don't exactly know how it works, so.
Yeah, some other people in chat are saying no ads either.
That's okay. If you guys do
I'm
want
wondering
to, go ahead.
Do you think you might be turning on the ads that pop up when you first enter the stream?
I have no idea. It just says run a 30-second ad break, 60-second ad break, or 90-second ad break.
Ooh, 90-second ad break.
Yeah, this was 90-second ad break, but nothing's rolling.
Damn. See if Google knows.
We could be
What if
getting
you rolled
those.
a 600-second ad break.
Could be getting the big bucks there. Let me give True Champion Steven a heads up. Oh, not 750, it's 850. Let me fix the text here. It is finals match starting.
And those were some crazy matches with poor Hawk not getting what he needed.
that was a good start.
That last game was rough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were laughing.
I can imagine. It's like nothing even feels good to hard slam. If there was at least like one mega, maybe you feel okay hard slamming an ultimate. Not even that.
We're here.
Alright, and I am back. We are still on break. We got 7 minutes. So if you guys have any questions on chat, feel free to ask now. Let me put the Discord link again if you didn't get to it or if you haven't seen it. Here is a Discord link, and then if you've also missed it, here is our website, digimoncard.dev, where you could build decks for your favorite Digimon TCG.
DigimonCard.dev.
Even with the English release, we will be continuing to support the deck building feature as long as Bandai doesn't shut us down.
That's one way to put it.
Yep.
Please,
so basically,
Bandai,
unless
be merciful,
you,
gods.
paying app will be okay.
And here is a table, actually. If you guys haven't seen the new Digimon Adventure spoilers, Metal Greymon is in there.
Fuck, I didn't see that episode.
Oh, Greymon is in Digimon?
What?
Man, I was hoping it would be Rise
Spoilers,
Greymon
man.
instead.
Go figure. Go figure. Greymon digivolves into Metal Greymon. Big surprise.
And
Come
Metal
on, you
Greymon
can't just
is
keep
going to turn
spoiling
into
this.
Wolf Greymon and definitely nothing else. There's no way.
I think it's going to turn to Blitz Greymon, honestly.
That would be amazing.
Oh, that
Oh,
would
we
be
have
super.
spoilers for the next few episodes, actually, if you look in reboot spoilers.
Well, I'm not looking to reboot spoilers. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
it's actually pretty epic. So,
Mm.
look forward to the next few weeks. Not this week.
I could see that.
Please, Bandai, give Sora love. She needs a red card that works off tap, please.
I was honestly very sad when we saw the Booster 2 Sora that does not work whatsoever with the Pierce-centric
It's
stuff.
just so
of Booster
weird
1.
that the two side characters for this set, like Sora and Joe, like they're just bad. Like, well, Joe's not as bad, but he had potential before Bandai clarified that like Cocytus doesn't work with Joe, even though it was their same terminology.
They didn't
I
want...
think it was.
Like-
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
What I like about Joe.deck is it feels like the Cocytus Blue starter deck, except it's how it was supposed to actually function.
Yeah, I think it works well with the starter deck. I agree with you there.
I think they didn't want Joe to be stronger than Matt.
I think the real reason.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a shock.
The real reason, I think, was just because people would assume where the Digivolution sources would go. So if it bounces to hand, everyone's going to be like, oh, I just put this whole thing into my hand, rather than having to have it clarified, hey, these get put away, you don't get those back.
Say that it's the same Digimon. It's all the same Digimon.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they do for the English wording if they phrase it like, put the Digivolution cards in the trash instead of trash the Digivolution cards. Semantics.
Ooh, I gotta go.
All right, here we
Watch
go.
their game.
Our judge, Blue Numamon, will be going to the chat. We do have 3 minutes left. Let me adjust the names here and the scores. Back to 0. We are best of 5 in our finals match. Our players fighting for the choice of the first deck out of the green, black, and purple Japanese starter decks.
And I'll also get off tabletop to make it a little bit faster for you guys.
Right, now, if you got to pick your choice of the 3 new decks, which one would you pick?
Green, hands down. I want to see. I'm gonna get that green deck.
Easily green for me.
How about you, Kelfa?
Ooh. If it's going to be the first color showing, it's got to be hybrid, since that's going to be the theme of Booster Set 3. It's all about the Jogress fusion.
But which of the 3 starter decks would you pick from the new ones?
As for the starters, ooh, it has to be.
If you were to be the winner of the DigiRumble.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd probably have to go either between black or green. No, black or purple.
Alright, True Champion Steven. I'm gonna shorten your name to True Champ Steven, or maybe just T Champ Steven. It is taking up too much of the screen. You got apologize ahead of time.
And a little close to the branding.
Yeah, can't touch that.
Uncomfortably close.
Here we go. Let's fix the screen. Get our camera set up here. Let's promote the players.
I'd go with black, because black needs some better stuff.
They do need some
I
love.
agree.
How about you, Raze? Which deck would you want to see or have?
With the green boys.
Green, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, I'm interested to see what's going on in black because right now there's a lot of hate going on for Machine Dramon, which is pretty valid. But I mean, Machine Dramon's just too cool not to be good.
I don't
need
have
to see.
super high hopes for it, as most of the starter deck megas were not phenomenal. Although we did see the starter War Greymon putting in a shift earlier.
Okay, everybody, we are about to start the finals here. We have on the left Hong Fam, and on the right we have True Champion Steven. Just for everybody's recap, before this stage of the tournament, we had a Swiss portion that ran for 1 week long last week. We did one round of the Swiss every day, and then we streamed some of those games for all of you to watch. After the Swiss portion, the top 4 after the 5 rounds of the Swiss was able to make it to the finals, which we did today, and we have 4th place with oh my god, I'm blanking out here, guys.
Nighthawk, 4th place.
Nighthawk 4th place, Tessero 3rd place, and this match right here will determine their 2nd and 1st place winners. Best of luck to both players. Let's go ahead, Digiport open.
Digiport open. Orange, do you think we will see anything besides the Omnimon decks?
Ooh, that's a very good question right there.
I don't think so, actually.
I don't think so either. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I'm going to back that up. I don't think we're going to see the second decks.
I would love for them to take out their second decks.
Maybe
I think
somebody
that's gonna be the
with duo
challenge.
lead. Just for the people.
Yeah, just to see if they can actually get their opponent to bring out the secondary deck.
Now, can we zoom in on stream on these sleeves that Steven's setting up in his security here?
Here we go. I'm not sure what to make of it. I think you can probably describe it a little better.
Well, we have Omnimon Alter M is what I'm going to call it. We got Machine Dramon and I think it's Omnimon on the arms, and it looks like some variant of maybe Chaos Dramon.
Okay, I could see it, yeah.
Chaos Dramon, or as I like to call him, Neo Crimson, or just Chaos Lord.
We do have this nice Gabumon on the Digitama. And they've
Alright.
started.
Right, we are underway.
No mulligans, looks like.
Right, both players see they open with at least one rookie and gonna stick with it. And as expected, we do have Red Omnimon versus Blue Omnimon. Who will prevail?
It's going to be a race to the Omnimon, and we're going to see how the other player will recover from the Omnimon play.
Yep, now one thing that the Blue Omnimon does have over Red is it's got some more options with that Metal Garurumon to go a little bit of a different game plan if it does not get the race into Omnimon successfully executed. But so far we see a perfectly mirrored turn so far, going into the 1 Evo champion and dropping a Gabumon to end the turn.
True Champion Steven is missing the link there. He does not have an ultimate.
Yep, missing the ultimate. Meanwhile, Hong is missing the Mega, but does have the 2-cost Lavogaridamon. 2 cost for 8,000 DP feels really nice.
And that's plenty strong to start swinging at security if he wants to.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely feels better to swing at than the Groundermon, who also has that same 2-cost Digivolution. Even if that Gorillamon there did Digivolve into a Monzamon, would not be able to swing over it.
Right.
And gonna go ahead and lop off security there and just hard drop the starter Greymon for 5. Potentially be able to get into a Plesiomon.
Is that the right memory? I mean, it's already passed now, but I thought he wasn't at 1, but I could just be imagining things.
I believe that's correct. I believe he passed over 3 with the Gabumon, and then we had a 2-cost for the Evolution, and then 1 went to 4.
Okay.
With the Greymon.
Okay.
Just like that, the first Omnimon goes to True Champion Steven. Hong may be regretting giving all that memory. Then again, not a lot of great options in the hand to do so anyway. Gonna opt for the Groundermon here. And maybe save the Lavogaridamon for a future turn. Really trying to draw into a Mega, and he does.
Okay, no Vulcans on the other player's hand. They could be hiding in security.
Got a bunch of Metal Garurumons. Gonna go ahead and bounce the Plesiomon there back to hand. Plenty of Megas in the hand.
Terraforce.
Gonna take out the Omnimon. And we do see a lot of Megas there in True Champion Steven's hand, so his security may be a little bit on the weak side this game.
That's the perfect hand to see for spicy games. The Terraforce.
Alright, right off the bat, first security, taking out the Omnimon. Draws into an Omnimon with the Phoenixmon Digivolution.
Alright, will True Champion Steven play another Gomamon? And will it get destroyed by the Omnimon?
Just going to pass over the turn with the evolution to the Garurumon. Probably going to be aiming to get all the way up to that Metal Garurumon momentarily. We'll swing over that Gomamon. Will we go ahead and see the Omnimon come down? Second check courtesy of the Greymon. Will pass the turn, so no Omnimon this turn. Alright, you see the Wanyamon there as the 5th Digitama. Only really going to be able to play one card here, so there's no Vulcan's Hammers. You were spot on with expecting the Vulcan's Hammers to be in security. Right, there's the Weregarurumon. Got plenty of removal options here in the hand. For Hong, gonna go ahead and take that swing.
Is he going to survive? Most likely going to survive. Up.
Gonna go ahead and take the block to save the hit.
Here we go.
And wipe the board.
Both players able to go into Omnimon.
Gets an extra memory from the Gomamon.
Now at 5 memory, he can do his own Omnimon, but I don't think I see one in hand.
Yeah, I need to pay 2 for the champion. Right there, missing the Gorillamon to get the Evo for 1.
Let me zoom back just a little bit. There we go.
Where Garurumon does cost 3. You want to go into that. Gonna try to draw some more cards with the Gabumon. The second copy of Plesiomon. Third copy, actually. Look at all these Megas in True Champion Steven's hand. It's up a couple of blockers. We do have the Skull Greymon there in Hong's hand. Could potentially provide some good value.
Alright, here we go. For those of us just joining the stream, this is the first match of the finals, best of 5. And Omnimon swings, uses his effect, and becomes active again.
Alright, Grisman's going to stop the bleeding. Will get a memory for the destruction courtesy of the Gomamon. Will this Omnimon swing again, and if so, will it be blocked?
No blocks this time.
Alright, Security Attack +1 courtesy of the Greymon. And we could just see the Skull Greymon come down to take out that blocker. With no threat of an attack from True Champion Steven, the raising area is empty.
That would be a great play right now.
Alright, gonna opt to not give him too much memory to work with instead. Seems like a totally fine play, as he does have 3 attacks ready to come in on the next turn. Let's limit what True Champion Steven's going to be able to do. Vulcan's Hammer will let him play with 3 memory if he wants to do so. This is most likely going to be his last turn. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and scoop it up.
Alright, here we go. We're going to go into the next match now. Game goes to Hong Fam with his red Omni deck versus True Champion Steven's blue Omni deck.
Yeah, True Champion Steven was able to feel the first Omnimon there after Hong kind of had to extend a little bit and drop that starter Greymon out for 5 memory, giving Steven enough memory to field the Omnimon. But the first security check, being a Terraforce, absolutely flipped the game on its head.
Alright, here we go. The players, just a reminder for everybody in the stream, we are playing the DigiRumble here. Both players have 2 decks. They have a choice to switch into their second deck, and they also have a choice for mulligan.
Once again, we see the conflicting bottom down or top down for the security. As once again, rookies on both sides. Pair of rookies on both sides, in fact. Steven starts off with the Gomamon. already got the Gorillamon, just looking to see if he can get into an ultimate. Got plenty of high-end power there in the hand.
Double Omnimons in hand. It's a little scary. Not sure if you want to see it that early.
Over on Hong's side, we do have a go up to ultimate this turn. Maybe not this turn, as we don't have the Dark Tyrannomon for the 1-cost Digivolve yet. The Greymon for Security Attack Plus is definitely one of the most threatening things when your Omnimon can not only swing twice, but can swing twice with Security Attack plus 1. Alright, gotta keep in the raising area. Definitely wants to make sure he gets the safe Omnimon going on. And looks like we're just gonna bounce. Almost forgot to draw. And both players just sheltering in the raising area of courage, as it is so called. Perhaps for blue it will be the raising area of friendship. See ping pong. Will we see the response of the Phoenixmon to just keep mirroring each other's plays? And we will. Alright, well both of those have now hit as high up as they can go. So Lycomon's going to come down. We do not have a corresponding 2-0 3000 rookie on Hong's side, so he's going to be the first one to move out, and he's therefore going to be the first one to be exposed to the threat of an Omnimon. Second check from the Greymon. Alright, lops off to security. Could drop the Volcanic Dramon to provide a second target for Omnimon to come down on the next turn, as he's got to be expecting that Steven's going to have an Omnimon to drop down of his own, but he's going to drop the Biomon instead to not give him too much memory.
Also going wide, just to leave another Digimon on the board.
Yep, for sure wants to make sure he at least has something else on board that's going to be able to attack, and indeed there is the Omnimon coming down. Gotta imagine Hong fully expected that was going to be the case, as whoever deploys their Mega out there first is going to be the one who gets Omnimon first. I'm sure that was why both players were sheltering in the raising area until they finally decided, alright, we gotta make something happen. We do have some of the cheap cost evolutions. Can definitely build up into some stuff, but won't quite be able, I think, to get there. We were one memory off being able to get an Omnimon out in the battle area. Alright, it's going to get him an extra memory from that Biomon, but unfortunately Omnimon's effect not going to be able to activate from the raising area. He could go ahead and get that Phoenixmon on top of the Groundermon. He will.
Getting that draw, trying to find some more answers.
Could go for a Terraforce. But it would save him 2 swings from the Omnimon, and that's what it's going to be. And does threaten an Omnimon drop of his own on the next turn. Alright, come on. There we go.
Oh, this Elecmon could be a headache. It could start pumping out more Digimon from that Metal Garu that we know Steven has.
Yeah, it definitely seems like what is going to be the case. However, that Phoenixmon got to be able to rush out and probably take away whatever Mega gets fielded. But will the board be too wide?
Here comes the Garurumon setup for the Metal Garu.
Alright, just the cheap cost into the Monzemon. No Digimon on the board right now, so where Garurumon's effect not going to be live. Makes the swing, spits out the Garurumon to restand, of course.
Okay, no Terraforce this time.
Okay, swings again, spitting out the Elecmon. And gets the blocker down. Play one more card.
Okay, Digivolving into the Garurumon, passing just one... Oh wait, nope, he got to 0.
Yep, and then the Gorillamon will pass the turn with 1.
Sorry, I got confused there for a second.
Right, so we could potentially see Hong swing at the Metal Garurumon with only 11,000 DP. Does have 14,000 right now, courtesy of the Agumon and the Koromon. still not quite enough to swing over his Omnimon and security.
Here we
Just gonna
go.
make the safe swing at the board.
We are standing by for block or not block.
Gotta imagine either way that Metal Garurumon probably gonna be going down. Alright. Doesn't have the actually does not have the Omnimon in hand. I believe I saw that incorrectly, but he does have a second Terraforce.
A little painful to play.
Yeah, but if you don't, you gotta know that Metal Garurumon is probably gonna be going into an Omnimon on the next turn and taking out your Phoenixmon. Definitely need to prevent more swings coming in as well, as he is only at 2 security.
You could play a blocker instead.
Yeah, that would definitely pass the turn with a little bit less memory. He will go for that play. I do think, though, this puts Steven in a very good position to mop up the game on the next turn. He'll be able to likely swing twice here.
Here we go. Security is... It's a mystery.
Terraforce?
Okay.
Nope.
It is Dr. Animon.
Yep. Some memory from the Gomamon. So will he chance the swing with the Metal Garurumon before going into the Omnimon is the big question right here.
Right, Digivolving there. Metal Garu. Just trying to get more draws, I guess. Oh no, okay.
Gonna be able to restand, and that's gonna be game. He's got 2 more swings coming in. Gonna only block 1.
GG on the game too. We do tie it up. Now it is at 1-1. We have 1-1 in our best of 5.
So even with trying to conserve memory by playing the blocker there, not able to deny enough memory to prevent a second Metal Garurumon from coming down. Neither player shows any sign of changing decks, nor do we really expect to. It's going to be the Omnimon race. Both decks being constructed almost mirrors of each other with those low-cost evolutions. With the difference, of course, being red getting the security attack plus very easily accessible from the starter Greymon, and blue having a little more complexity involved with the Metal Garurumon being able to spit out the champions and rookies from its evolution source.
Alright, 2 champion Steven thinking if he is mulliganing.
Only has a single rookie. Looks like no ultimate.
Similar to last game. I'm sure he can draw into it if he wants to. His hand's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it does already have the Omnimon, as well as a couple of Megas.
Uh-oh, that one.
Yeah, it was a little bit sketchy there. It did have the one rookie being the Gilmon, but I think he was missing a couple of pieces there. Looks like we are going to see the mulligan from Steven as well.
I'm going to have to
And a
check something
terrible
real
hand
quick.
here from Hong. Comparatively a fine early game aggression start from 2 champion Steven, as he just has to drop the starter Greymon and pass the turn with that, and no ultimate in the hand to chain into that one of those Megas either. Feels really bad. He's going to need to top deck a rookie or an ultimate pretty soon. This is looking kind of similar to the last game we saw in Nighthawk, where he kind of got stuck with no rookies and no ultimates and just had this huge disconnect in his Digivolution lines. Meanwhile, Steven churning through his deck. Hasn't found an ultimate yet, but does have a pair of Gorillamons ready to be aggressive on the next turn. Hong is clutching a Terraforce there to potentially, hopefully, buy himself a turn if there is some very tall threat. It looks like Steven's going to go pretty wide here with the Grismon on top of a pair of Gorillamons. And there's another champion not really rushing out rookies that can get easily blocked, but at least it'll be some trades with the 6,000 DP on the Gorillamon as well as the Quartermon. See, I believe, is that a Wanyamon I see there? That is a
Wanyamon.
Is a Wanyamon. So there are currently 2 Digimon with no Digivolution sources, so that Wanyamon is actually live. Finally draws a rookie, as well as an ultimate, the Lavogaridamon. Anything that comes down now, he passes too much memory, and in fact, he won't be able to avoid it because of that Vulcan's Hammer in Steven's hand. He'll be able to go into the Plesiomon and the Omnimon should he build anything too tall. Definitely tempting to play this Lavogaridamon and get that Greymon's inheritable effect going on for the security attack +1. Steven can definitely counter this with a Omnimon play. And there it is, the Vulcan's Hammer to bring him to 2. Plesiomon might go ahead and take a swing. Let's see, he is fearing a Terraforce, which he may justifiably be. Let's see it.
Oh.
Right. 2 checks courtesy of the Weregarurumon, and then potentially an Omnimon. Yep, to end the turn. This is looking like a runaway game for True Champion Steven, as that Omnimon does have security attack +1, unless that Quartermon gets Digivolved.
Could drop the Terraforce right on top of it, but would only push him behind.
He's going to try to build up the board at least a little bit here. Does have the Groundermon to, once again, get a security attack plus effect on there, but only 6,000 DP. However, top decking an Omnimon of his own, that's going to be some very cost-effective removal, and this may have just swung around.
Unless we get another removal on blue, that's going to be it.
We'll go ahead and block. Doesn't want the security attack plus to go through, and there's an Omnimon to get rid of that. The Omnimon on Steven's side.
Very fortunate for Hong there to get the counter Omni.
Very much so, yeah.
This is what we want to see on the stream.
Absolutely. I thought this game was pretty much over in Steven's favor, and then boom, just Unga Bunga Omnimon goes through. Gets all the way up there. And no Omnimon to respond to that. We got a Gorillamon and a Gomamon, Vanilla Gomamon, I believe, in the Digivolution sources there. So nothing too crazy to spit out.
Alright, Gorilla does come out. It is still body.
Second check, courtesy of the Weregarurumon. That blocker, or that Evolution Sourceless Quartermon really hurting Hong right now.
Metal Garu's effect, just a reminder, is not optional. It is a mandatory effect.
So even if you do have some cool Evolution Source effect, you do have to spit out at least one of them. Right. Hong still, however, very much behind the 8-ball in the security race. Does want to keep these blockers on board, but definitely we're hurting him there with security attack plus.
Right, first swing, right on that threat. No more Omnimon for now.
It does have the security attack plus on the Greymon with the Agumon there to be a little safer in case he does flip over an Omnimon of his own.
Ooh,
and he
just
does,
that.
However, yeah.
The stronger
right,
of the Omnimons.
Agumon is saving lives there, as well as the Koromon. Does still have 4 Digivolution sources, even after bouncing the Phoenixmon.
That is a 1700 Omnimon.
However, not able to field a second blocker here. It's going to be just not quite there for lethal. He is missing the ultimate as well to get back into the Mega.
Alright, there's a blocker on Steven's side.
4 swings going to be coming in. One of them is security attack +1.
Hong must be thinking of what is the safest play to move the board state forward.
Yeah, he does have a second blocker to come down if all else fails. So he wants to go ahead and block the double security attack.
Blocker is gone. He's lost his security +1. So Might be getting it here.
Do we have? We do not have the Lavoga Readamon in the hand to be a 2-cost evolution.
Just needed one more memory there, but instead got the Skull Greymon.
He is going to be flirting dangerously. So he does only have the one blocker, but choking at one should be pretty safe.
I don't believe we've seen anything too dangerous in security for True Champion Steven. The only thing I could think of would be Hammer Spark, and I know he's already played a few, right?
I believe we've seen at least one. I'm not sure. He definitely played at least one this game, I believe.
Okay.
And I believe so far we have not seen any Ice Wolf Claw or Cocytus Breaths from True Champion Steven's deck either.
And there's a block right there. Garurumon dies against the Quadramon.
Alright. Very curious to see why he went ahead and made that swing. I mean, obviously forced the block, but
Yeah, that totally was not necessary. Ooh, alright, close.
seeing it over with 2 was pretty clutch there.
Is he gonna risk it? He doesn't have any more blockers.
Can you imagine if there was one memory there and that passed the turn from the Vulcan's Hammer?
Because that last one could be another Vulcan's, and that would lose him the game. He could destroy the Elecmon, still have the one blocker, and stay safe. Nope,
He's
going
gonna
for
take
it.
the risk.
Alright.
Alright. It's the correct Digimon on the card, but not the option card variant of it. I won't lie, when that Zudamon got flipped over, I got scared.
Oh, it was very intense there.
Thankfully, he was not bringing down his Chrome Digizoid Hammer to pass the turn over to True Champion Steven. I'm
And
sure Hong is very happy about that.
here we go. We are moving on to game 3. Hong getting 2 versus Stevens 1.
So neither player out to a big lead here, so I can't imagine we're going to see any For the People deck changes, unfortunately.
It looks like one of the players is taking a quick bathroom break. We'll just take a quick pause here. Everybody take a deep breath and breathe out. That was an exciting match. We had Omnimon versus Omnimon on the battlefield, and then Omnimon versus Omnimon in the security.
I think my favorite part of that game was there at the very start, where they were just mirroring each other's plays and sheltering in the raising area, knowing that whoever deploys their Omnimon first, or whoever deploys their Mega first, won't be able to have a good target for Omnimon. So whichever Mega comes out first is probably going to be getting Omnimon. It's just how can I rebuild from there? And ultimately it was Hong who pulled the trigger first. At least I hope that was this game. They're blending together now.
Alright, I am telling the players here to pause until the signal. I know we are waiting for one player. Before that, let's show something real quick. Let's see if I could pull up... Oh man, too many windows. I was going to show DigimonCard.dev here. You're going to be let me show you the website. If you haven't been on it, but you're somehow here, this is the website right now. If I could figure out which one of these 10,000 tabs is the website
You only have 10,000?
only.
I'm usually rolling at least 30,000.
I think this might be it. There we go. And of course I need to turn it on. There we go. If you could look at all of my tabs, look at the glory. Anyways, this is DigimonCard.dev. You can go ahead if you wanted to build a deck. Sometimes it's not very clear. Numon, if you could tell them to just hold their horses before starting. You can click this right here. This is going to be BT2. I'm going to unpromote people. They need to pause real quick. Let's go through it, and then if you want to build a deck, you want to click here, Deck Builder on the top right. click the card you want to add to your deck. Let's say you want to add this Metal Garurumon that's not currently being played. And then do full cards so you can see the full card. Add some mats, some Plesiomon's, Vulcan's Hammers, and then you want to export it to TTS. Click Export, TTS Export, and then you'll go to Zappy's mod and paste this text right on the game. And that is how you use it real quick. Feel free to ask questions on the Discord on how to use the website or just how to play Digimon. You definitely don't need this website to play Digimon. You can get the real cards from your local game store. You know, the game is coming out in America. I think everybody is aware right now. Some cards are already on pre-sale for the November, and they'll be officially out on January and February. Alright, looks like players are back, and I'm gonna calm down again, and we're gonna get the game started.
Yeah, and you know, while you don't need Digimon card.dev, I don't need my car to get to work, but I sure do enjoy having it. It helps me get there faster.
That is a true statement, that it does help out, make things a lot easier. Maybe you can think of the decks you want to play before buying the, any sort of singles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I believe you can also sort by rarity on there if rarity becomes a concern for your physical purchases. Alright, we just see the raw drop of a Monzimon. We are missing the champion there on True Champion Steven's side. I believe we did see at least one mulligan happen. This is going to be the potentially decisive game for Hong. Great thrilling last game.
This is game 4 of our best of 5. We started out with 16 players, and now we're down to the last 2.
Alright, Phoenixmon there threatening menacingly in Hong's raising area. Gonna get an extra 2 memory there to go ahead and go into the Plesiomon and try to mount an offensive.
We can go into his Omnimon, but nothing to destroy on the other side of the field. He's the one who's going to be vulnerable, not knowing that there's no Omnimon on.
Yeah, 2 Omnimons in Steven's hand, and currently none in Hong's hand, but if I was Steven, I'd definitely be fearing it. I want to go ahead and take the swing with Plesiomon, but he's going to opt to just go ahead and go pretty wide right now. And this is one of the reasons we do see players diversify their Elecmons and Gomamons, as they are identical in terms of stats, but their names manage to be different. Starter Agumon is saving that Phoenixmon right there. Giving it 13,000 DP,
I
right?
think there was a misplay there.
Oh, it was not security attack
It was
plus
not
1.
security attack +1.
Contrary to popular belief, the starter Greymon does not always exist.
Blue Numamon will be sorting out what's going to happen right now. He is our judge.
So there should be a total of 4 security left. Looks like it may get reshuffled so we don't have the information. I didn't quite catch what it was there for the second card, but it was definitely weaker than the Phoenixmon significantly. Just gonna choke with 1 with a Dark Tyrannomon. Phoenixmon is gonna be vulnerable to this Omnimon here.
Alright, he opts not to reveal... Oh, I guess it's still his turn. He could still do the Omnimon play.
Just the 1 Evo cost for that, and there's the Phoenixmon going bye-bye. Passing it over with 6.
Oh man, just seeing it now.
Yep. Does have enough memory though. Oh, there's the star of the show, the starter War Greymon. The hero that brought Hong here into the finals. Or so I claim anyway.
He has enough memory to do the reverse Omnimon.
Here's the Volcanic. Will he chance a swing with Security Attack Plus? There's no boosts on that Volcanic Dramon.
It would be very dangerous, but it would be a fun gamble to play.
Feels like a little bit too risky if I'm Hong right now, especially this could be the game that wins you the tournament. And I think that's definitely the correct choice.
If this
No
is a
boost
Mega,
on
oh,
Volcanic.
There's the Mega.
Alright, will we see the counter Omnimon? And we will, most likely.
So this is going to be the third Omnimon back to back. Now it's going to feel bad why why didn't I go for that swing maybe?
Red does, of course, have the advantage of having the Terraforce option card to, regardless of what you got on the board, will be able to take out the Omnimon. It doesn't currently have one in hand. The Vogaridamon does have a chunky, currently bunch of stuff in that trash right there. He actually is going to be a 10,000 DP boy. He's thinking about it.
Okay, looks like he might have told Steven in voice chat that that was not his final decision.
Checking what the Digivolution sources there are on the Omnimon. We have the Wegarurumon to give it Security Attack Plus. Should Hong drop down anything with no Digivolution sources this turn. There's a Monodramon.
Okay.
Or Greymon, alright.
Opting to get the Security Attack Plus.
Interesting to drop that Monodramon, because that will activate the ability of the Wegarurumon in the Digivolution sources. Take off 2 cards.
That is.
There's a Terraforce. That'll stop the second check from coming through and actually prevent lethal.
Still gives 4 memory here on the other side to play with. Now down to 2.
See no single card response to that War Greymon. And no blocker currently in Steven's hand either. I'm going to choke him over at 1. There's the Zudomon that could have potentially discarded those Digivolution sources from the War Greymon and made it a little less threatening. Now that War Greymon is threatening Security Attack plus 2 with 14,000 DP. Alright, I for one am ready to see another swing with Starter War Greymon. Let's see it. Right, it's gonna swing over that. Vulcan's Hammer? Nope. Gonna swing over 2 Metal Garurumons. It's native 12,000 DP alone.
That was Security Attack plus 2.
Yep, 4 Digivolution sources plus 1 Security Attack for every 2 Digivolution sources that it has. And just a Cordramon there to continue to try to stave off lethal. However, see, we don't see enough Vulcan's Hammers in the hand to get enough to not end the turn by Digivolving into that Metal Garurumon, which would be able to restand when it attacks, courtesy of the Booster 1 Garurumon and the evolution sources being spat out.
Alright, here we go. What is he going to do? Swinging
Go
at
for the
7.
point. He'll let that one go through.
Omnimon?
It's an Omnimon.
Lots of Omnimon action in this game.
Right, 3 attacks coming through on the next turn for Hong. Might just be enough to win in the tournament. And with the Plesiomon coming down, that looks like it's gonna be that. Oh,
He changed, okay. Digivolved instead of the Plesio. If it's a Hammer Spark, there is still enough. And there we go, Biyomon ending the game.
Spiral Twister coming through and taking down the DigiRumble for Hong.
And with that, congratulations to Hong fam, winning first place for the DigiRumble tournament. And let's get him here. Just 1 second, let me get the players.
Yeah, can we zoom in on this Starter War Greymon? He's put in quite a shift tonight.
Oh no, I'm stuck on the camera. Third person. There we go. I can't get in any closer.
I mean, just alt tab it or alt it. There we go.
Let me get the players here real quick. They do need to pick their prizes. If you guys are listening, players, I'm gonna unlock File Island. If anybody else comes, please leave. Permissions here, unlocked again. All right, there you go. Tessero, Nighthawk. If we can have you come back to File Island, then.
Alright, let me go grab him.
Okay, sweet. And also True Champion Steven and Hong Fam.
Now, I may be recalling this incorrectly, but I seem to recall Hong was talking about his deck with us sometime last week and mentioned that I think it was Antimony in the Discord gave him the idea for the one of. Is that correct, Hong? You got the idea for the one of Starter War Greymon from Antimony?
Yeah. Okay, so what ended up happening was it was like 5 in the morning, and I was like, I have this like one extra slot. What do I do with it? And he was just like, run a War Greymon. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, just do it, dude. It'll be really funny. Like, you resolve it versus purple, and like super easy. And I was like, fuck it, right? And throughout the rounds, like the 5 rounds, it was a brick. Like every game, I was like, this card's actually like garbage. It's worthless. I wish this was like regular War Greymon. And then it came up in every single match for this tournament. So yeah, starter War Greymon, dude.
Alright, here we do have our players joining us. Let me enter the scores real quick. I know it has been final already.
Having that consistent security attack plus a bunch does set it apart from the booster 1 War Greymon. So even if you do get blocked on the turn it comes down, it just continues to threaten turn after turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so initially I considered taking blue Fast Omega, because I think blue Fast Omega is really strong. But then I thought about it, and red Fast Omega has a stronger mirror matchup against blue Fast Omega. So I opted into red instead of the blue.
Yeah, you have some stronger security options, not only the Omnimons, but also the Terraforce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Again, congratulations to everybody. It was pretty fun matches to watch. It's very exciting to see that, especially that last round with all of the Omnimon plays.
Oh man, yeah.
Omnimon is still the meta.
Yeah, Omnimon, what a good card, right?
Says Mr. Shine Greymon.
All right, let's.
Yeah, I believe we saw every color actually represented in at least one player's deck here in the top 4, except for yellow. We miss you, Void.
I'll be back in the next turn. I've been really bombed lately. It's not fun.
All right, everybody. Let's. While we have all the players here, I want to thank everyone for watching and joining the stream. They are now going to pick which decks they will win. So first, Hong Fam, since he is our champion of the DigiRumble, which prize do you want? Do you want the green, black, purple, or do you want the promo pack?
You know, I've hyped it up, right? So I of course have to go with my my boy the green trial deck, right?
All right, Hong Fam, choosing the green Giga Green trial deck. He will receive that as soon as it ships from Japan. Okay, and next player is gonna be True Champion Steven.
He's on call right now.
Yeah, he mentioned during the match,
Get a dip.
I think that he was looking at the purple one.
Yeah.
Okay, so if True Champion Steven is looking at the purple, let's put that aside. And I guess it is Tessero's choice on which prize he wants.
Whatever trial deck is open.
Okay. So it looks like Tessero is going to be getting the Mugen Black starter deck unless True Champion Steven switches his answer. And Nighthawk will be winning the 4th prize, which is our starter... I'm sorry, not starter pack. The promo version 00 pack. I have it in my hand right now. I'll ship it as soon as he gets me his information.
Woo!
At
Promo
least you get
pack!
the card first.
Hog champ.
Pack number 5.
Again, congratulations to everybody. Please support the website digimoncard.dev. Go to it, build your decks, share it to your friends. We want to have more Digimon players. Join the Discord, talk with everyone, learn the game, and then of course there's a Facebook group if you can't join any of those groups for some reason. Do we have any last words from our players?
I gotta say that everyone that I did face up into the top 4 and before, they were all really great opponents, really nice people, and hopefully I look forward to competing against them once again.
I resent that. I was not a nice person.
He's my favorite.
Nighthawk, Tessero?
Could be nice getting that black trial deck. I have a feeling we might see Black's much needed removal in there.
I am looking forward to that as well.
Don't be surprised this will work out in your favor because the purple trial deck will be disappointing.
On balance, it really should be.
Okay.
Yeah, like how could you possibly get something better than what you already have for purple? Because you're rolling with dynamite right now.
Wait, you didn't see the purple?
Another set of blockers would be pretty nice.
Wait, did you guys not see the purple leaks?
Uh-oh.
Security effect.
Oh.
Revive
okay.
a level 3 or lower, or was it a level 4 or lower? Numemon, can you confirm, please?
I don't think I've seen
Oh.
any of these.
The security effect one?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
Revive a level 4 or lower.
Ooh. I'm gonna
And
have
then
to look
Venom
at that.
Infusion for 8. Put any purple Digimon from your trash onto the field. No when played trigger.
Is this real or is this a...
No, it's a meme. It's a meme.
Okay, for a second there, I was gonna say...
My trustworthy source, Rick Astley, was
Yeah.
definitely in on this.
And he's never gonna give you up.
All
He will
right.
never give us up. He's never gonna let us down.
Before
There's gotta
I...
be some like good security Digimon in that trial deck to make it worth it.
That would be... I'm curious to see what it'll be. I mean, we're gonna get them in November. It'll be after set 3 drops. Again, congratulations to all the players. I do want to thank, again, everybody, all the players who participated, Discord, and of course my co-hosts. First of all, Cooper, who has been here throughout the whole tournament, doing his best, commentating, not even taking a break sometimes.
All right, I take plenty of breaks. I got some water here. You got to remember, folks, stay hydrated.
And then we also have our judges. We had Blue Numemon and we had Kelfa help with the tournament. And if any of you want to join any of the Discord tournaments, the next tournament is hosted by Ray's Oblivion. He's on here right now if you want to plug in your tournament, Ray's.
Hello. Yep. So Big Bite 6 is happening next week. It's the 6th tournament in the Big Bite series. Pretty standard rules, exactly goes as the rule books, 10-minute timers. Best of 3 with a double elimination, meaning if you're knocked out from the bracket, you can still make your way back in to go in the finals, and it can be a 3 out of 5, depending if there's a set upset. So yeah, look at the challenge, which Orange just posted in the chat, and we hope to see you there. All levels are welcomed. If you're new to the game, we've got a lot of new players. There's tons of, as you've said, Orange, you've had a ton of new traffic on DigimonCard.dev. So there's definitely a big interest in the game, and we know you guys are out there, and we want to see you play. We want to, me and Orange both, we run tournaments, and we're here to, develop the meta and see what we can push out before the game even comes out here in English. So we really hope to see you guys there. Thank you for everyone who participated, who's going to participate. It's a lot of fun.
All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you. Go follow and like and everything. We'll be staying on the Discord. I think the next episode is going to be coming up pretty soon here. All right, have a good night, everybody.
Good night.